gravy, but the babies choke. Cause they lactose and they lacking milk, like they know it all and won't ask for help. And despise the way that the soldiers built, wanna make the bed but can't fold the quilt. When we built the sisters that sold the silk, raised the kids to know hope is here. Closed the naked and fed the hungry, even blessed to death with an open ear. This purple here, a different fabric, cut from the cloth that isn't your average. We prophesy in the midst of the madness, doing it all in an orderly fashion. Yeah, we the prophets, no cap, transporting the port of the glory and back. When reading the scriptures and seeing the facts, I'm cheerfully taking these stripes on my back. These stripes on my back. Damn. You don't know that. And I'm back. After the crack of the whip, I remember the past. I looked in the mirror and broke all the glass. So ugly with all of the sin that I had. But now in the spirit I levitate. And there ain't one thing that can separate me from approaching the heaven's gates. Yeah, I'm on my way to a better place. I'm still in the fight, ain't no featherweight. And I still battle demons like every day. But not giving in, it's a better way. If I can just read what the letters say. Biblical interventions got my spirit lifted. Gotta beat the system, it's a new dimension. Just a few dimensions. Going through the scriptures like a new invention. My God, all of the silver and gold and diamonds and pearls and treasure I find is blowing my mind. It's one of a kind, it's out of this world, ahead of its time. But you've been here with before time, and you've been defining the lines. And you dwelling up in the sky, but at the same time, you live in my mind. Not letting me fall for the trickery, not letting me fall when they tripping me. It's you that I call in emergencies. To you I will pray ever fervently, cause you gave me healing, no surgery, but managed to deal with me surgically. Your presence is always a gift to me, author of my epiphany.
Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. I'm standing in the battle and I'm ready for more. I'm praying salvation is coming, so I'm ready for war. I put my garment and my best boots on. This ain't no time for no flakes. We are the saviors and we waking up Jake. I grab my backpack, check it twice. I need my battle shield, fighting just to keep the command. Love is a battlefield, the movie just became 3D. This ain't a TV screen, 100-4 with a K. This is a murder scene, we're moving like we needed the spirit. My people walking dead, the king is on his way with a guillotine and taking heads. Won't escape on my little pony. Here come the thoroughbreds, you bout to go night-night nickel, just like what Kevin said.
How can we walk together unless we agree? Look at us and you'll see Godhead. You can come past land and sea, but it ain't no changing. We one mission, us three. Godhead. Wake up, lost sheep, you in danger if you sleep. Resist the devil, watch him flee. Godhead. How can we walk together unless we agree? Look at us and you'll see Godhead.
Set up the standard towards Zion. Retire, stay not, for I will bring evil from the north and a great destruction. Everything that I was told was a lie. Edom told me sinners could inherit eternal life. Said we all could get a piece of the pot and that we all gonna die. So might as well gonna live out your life. It was fabricated just to keep the division. They was lying to us so we don't remember the mission. They already know that Jake is gonna make the decision to stick to their sinning. So give them all the lust that they missing. Wanna keep us all divided. And I ain't talking algebra, but the pen dots like a pen in Galater. We the flock and we always gonna gather up. Stay on one mind, never let another scatter us.
How can we walk together unless we agree? Look at us and you'll see Godhead. You can come past land and sea, but it ain't no changing. We one mission, us three. Godhead. Wake up, lost sheep, you in danger if you sleep. Resist the devil, watch him flee. Godhead. How can we walk together unless we agree? Look at us and you'll see Godhead.
For in him dwelleth all the fullness of the Godhead bodily, and ye are complete in him, which is the head of all principality and power. Had to learn to be brave and be taught how to fight fear. With God on the side, then we can never fight fear. Though loved ones left me, I got my family right here. Y'all living in the dark, but we pass y'all like years. dreams turn to nightmares. Reality is quite clear, you can't go to war if you don't got the right gear. This body a hotel, the law will manage now. I got angels checking in, the demons checking out. Believe without a doubt, if water is the word, we living in a drought. Traveling down the road to life, there ain't no other route. Our people living for the clout, sell their souls for large amounts. My treasure stored in God's account. Israel is who I'm about.
How can we walk together unless we agree? Look at us and you'll see. Godhead. You can come past land and sea, but it ain't no changing we. One mission, us three. Godhead. Wake up, lost sheep, you in danger if you sleep. Resist the devil, watch him flee. Godhead. How can we walk together unless we agree? Look at us and you'll see. Godhead.
Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. Forgive me for my former sins. And forgive me for my thoughts within. You know that I'm crazy, yeah. Stubborn and lazy, yeah. It shows that I hate me, yeah. I read your line, convert my mind, yeah. Your love changed me, yeah. And I hope that you save me, yeah. No if, buts, or maybes, yeah. And I know that I'm running out of time. Forgive me, give me, yeah. Forgive me, give me, yeah. Yeah. Forgive me, give me, yeah. Oh, forgive me, give me, yeah. Yeah. Do you know your line? Do you know your try? Can you say yeah? It was shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, shimmy when I found out, yeah, yeah. I come from a line, a bunch of lions. Now I'm speaking the truth, no more the lying. Gotta bethink myself, repent, I'm flying. And I've been around the world, yeah. No longer being lazy. Gotta do the work, gotta put my bricks in, yeah. My arms play a part in saving me. I'm feeling awesome. I'm a seed, I'm a plant, and I blossom. I repent and I give my life to you. Forgive me, give me, yeah. Forgive me, give me, yeah. Oh, forgive me, give me, yeah. Forgive me, give me, yeah, yeah. You gave me my jewels, I was decked out. Badger skin fur with the mink out. Yeah. I was super famous, living in my heaven. Don't know what the hell was I thinking about. Okay. Now that I recall it, I'm feeling away. Damn it, you was flawless, I'm the one to blame. Since we've been apart, things never been the same. You was waiting all along for me to make the change. Yeah. Damn it, I regretted how I cheated on you. Yeah. Took me back even though you wasn't supposed to. Right. I made you promises that I never kept true. Now I'm acknowledging that my love is just you. So I'm fighting for your love, I'ma give it what I got. The way I'm missing you, I really need another shot. So I'm calling on you, daddy, like a scammer with a plot. Got me in another zone, hoping that you take me home. Hoping that you take me home. Forgive me, give me, yeah. Hoping that you take me home. Forgive me, give me, yeah. Yeah. Forgive me, give me, yeah. Oh, forgive me, give me, yeah. Yeah. Forgive me, give me, yeah. Forgive me, give me, yeah. Yeah, forgive me, give me, yeah. Oh, forgive me, give me, yeah. Yeah.
One for soldier, the wait is over. Between no, I tried to told you, you rolled over. It's time to go 4-4. Yeah, let's get it, bro. 1-4-4. This what the streets been waiting for. Turn up. It's time to ride. Turn up. It's time to ride. Turn up. Turn up. Turn up. Turn up. was written, we already won. Let's just run up the scope. We remote with the gospel, we the ones they can't control. They ain't wanna let us sin, now it's a bliss outside your door. Mind the mission, time is ticking, honest living is not what the people want. Crime is risen, Zion's hitting, trying to listen, sound good, but the people don't. Down to living, crying to healing, found repenting outside on the ghetto block. Signs and visions, line descriptions of the Lord for too long, so it must be stopped. Demons beat it out, hood hell, so we seek a place. Fringes on, matching with the drip. I got decent taste, original royalty. That's something I just need to say, cause righteous music got the block jumping, that's a leap of faith. Warrior, we hit the streets without no hesitation, say a lie. We be the real Jews, no imitation, praise Yah. I keep your precepts in my meditation, say a lie. I don't do drugs, don't work my medication. 144 soldier, the wait is over, but you ain't know I tried to told you, you rolled over, it's time to go, 4-4. Yeah, let's get it, bro, 144. This what the streets been waiting for. Gird up, it's time to ride. Gird up, it's time to ride. Gird up, gird up, gird up, gird up, I ain't got no time for a hater. Guys in the building, we the saviors. Boy, you sold your soul for some money, you a traitor. Jacob ain't your bloodline, we ain't even neighbors. Electrify the world like some tasers. Israelites got the earth hot as the equator. If you ain't keeping God laws, I'll see you later. Plus, I be blacking on this beat like the skin of the creator. Wisdom over gold, I'm committed. Skin burn brass, I don't steal, bro, I'm different. Demons wanna hit me with the iron, I ain't cleared in. But when it come to sin, I keep the 10, I don't even meddle with it. Say a lot, I don't smoke weed or sip codeine or listen to these modern day rappers cause they dope fiends. People see us out and think we so mean, but the day we stop rebuking lies is in your dreams. Let's go, 144 soldier, the wait is over, but you ain't know I tried to told you, you rolled over, it's time to go, 4-4. Yeah, let's get it, bro, 144. This what the streets been waiting for. Gird up, it's time to ride. Gird up, it's time to ride. Gird up, gird up, gird up, gird up. You know the vibes.
Let me set to the max. Rise up the spiritual acts.
Them gonna try me, but me turn it up a level. Pepper blocks are born a fire upon a rebel. Son of God, man, a righteous vessel. In a spiritual war, man, a fight to the max, to the max, to the max. No time to relax. To the max, to the max, to the max. No time to relax.
Saints I go better than anything you say. One word we a go for them. Anyway them there. When the boss boys call it a leak like air. I'm in a business but no granny where I scream and a bear. Me make the boy them see darkness in the bagel of the day. Them coulda fast like Hussein Bolt, them never could get away. Them have to bring me all the gold, let's have your head a roll. Them a catch heart attack when the saints get cold. When every man attack and a chop, man a drop flat. It no matter if a cup a shot, man a block that. When God attack, none of the dark we chat back. With the spiritual power we start with clap back.
Them gonna try me, but me turn it up a level. Pepper blocks are born a fire upon a rebel. Son of God, man, a righteous vessel. In a spiritual war, man, a fight to the max, to the max, to the max. No time to relax. To the max, to the max, to the max. No time to relax.
Well, if I want them one, then I want them go and get. Them I run off them big mouth, and I send man dead threat. So tell them say I judgment, and I get them go and get. All wicked man I get slew. Them I get afraid and not fret.
Hey. Man I pull out like a thief in the night. Sword I swing from me left and to the right. Parasite now live another night. Garment on in a deep red from white. Two bad man angel pa me left pa me right. Any man we test them I get swallow. Boy violate so me bossy windpipe. Shoulda see the sight when the boy a scream for him mama. The boy bring a mama to the war when he see it don't work. Him a piss up him pants on a stammer. Him a run but he no get too far cause they fear paralyze him body. Him a stumble on a stagger. Hey. Me a the grim reaper. Me a the soul eater. King of kings and I be the leader. One man army no need no feature.
Them gonna try me but me turn it up a level. Pepper blocks
a bonfire upon a rebel. Son of God, man, a righteous vessel. In a spiritual war, man, a fight to the max, to the max, to the max. No time to relax. To the max, to the max, to the max. No time to relax.
Time again.
Power Hour Plus.
Ya la hora. You know, Power Hour. Ponle atención, class is in session. Tune in for an hour, maybe more, that's a blessing. Learn from the captains and the leadership. Flee from religion, cause them churches never teaching shit. Everything you learn for your benefit. Line upon line is a requisite. Never take a deficit. Yeah, that mean you take a loss if you stray from the way. You get the understanding if you study every day. Apply what you learn and bless when you pray. There's one interpretation, man, it's say what it say. Ya viene el tiempo, entra para el templo. Aprende del maestro con talento. La Biblia es el centro, usando a Israel como instrumento. No te pierdas en doctrina como viento. Estudia y ora y aplica. Tiempo para Dios, ven, hace una cita. Escritura dinamita, morenos y hispanos israelitas. Oye cómo explica Israel unido en Cristo para la vida, nunca se divida. Tune in, it's the power hour. Learn your family history, don't be a coward. Yeah, tune in, it's the power hour. I said learn your family history, don't be a coward.
Yeah, history to learn. It's the power hour. The 11th hour. Tune in to your history. You know it ain't no mystery. Power hour. The 11th hour. You don't know your history. The 11th hour.
Now you rockin' with the deacon while you waiting on the weekend. From the tribe of Ethan with the home Puerto Rican. That's a byword, those ain't names, it's God-given. Fighting from oppression to saving all guys, chilling, giving light to the people. Don't let the devil beat you. When you have at your disposal all these leaders that can teach you how to fight fornication, eat in moderation, correcting all these marriages and self-examination. All these different topics getting covered plus a lot more. You probably sleeping if you thinking this is not war. All these different topics getting covered plus a lot more. Just tune in and we gon' tell you what to watch for. Yeah, the power hour. You know, it's the power hour. Yeah, the power hour. Yeah.
Shalom, shalom. Welcome to the Power Hour Plus.
Yeah.
I'm Deacon Joshua.
Shalom, shalom. Officer Asher here.
Officer Ruvain.
Officer Tobias.
Was that it?
That was it.
That was fast.
Well, that's when you hit, and we are.
Oh, yeah.
Were you saving that for
that reminds me of Voltron. And now form the head.
That's right. I love it.
The other day, man, I wanted them toys so bad as a kid.
Yeah, and Thundercats.
Thundercats too.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that reminds me of a sad story where
school stuff.
I gave my father a Christmas list of all the Thundercat toys I wanted.
Dang.
And he never showed up.
Damn.
Yeah,
you didn't even get one?
It.
But then I found out 20 years later he did show up. My mom just didn't let him come.
Damn.
So you don't know what you would have got.
Damn.
You don't know what you would have got.
No, he would have got it for me.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Because when he was around, he hooked it up. Like I remember I was into He-Man.
Oh, He-Man, yeah.
That was like the last Christmas we took. Man, I had the whole Snake Mountain, Castle Grayskull.
Damn.
I was just opening up. I remember they had them double packed, like to wrap them instead of wrapping them individually. They would put two figures.
Oh, back to back
because it was like the hanging thing.
Uh-huh.
I had the whole He-Man joint, boy.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
And after that, it was terrible. I had to play with like sticks and pebbles and pretend they were characters.
Damn it.
Good times, man. Good times.
You had to be more creative back then.
No. I remember I had a friend, Keith Hernandez. He had every G.I. Joe there was. I used to make him come to the house and and he would bring all his G.I. Joes because I would get creative with stories.
Yeah.
So I remember my father used to work for the post office. So he had this big rope from the post office from back in the day. We had like this big spool of rope.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to take the rope and like I would tie it to like the kitchen cabinets and baskets.
Oh, shoot.
And then, the G.I. Joes had the grip. So we had G.I. Joes like hanging and
like walking the rope and stuff.
Yeah,
yo,
man.
you got into it, man. You was creative.
So because I was so imaginative and creative, all my friends that did have the toys,
right, we're going to his house.
They'd come to my house and we would create a whole scenario and.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
You used to
Good
build
times,
forts.
bro. Good times.
Were you a fort builder?
Not really. My mom wouldn't let me do stuff like that because you'd have to use stuff around the house to build a fort. She'd kick my ass. Why are you using my stuff for that? Pow.
Oh shoot.
Damn, you said Thundercats. It brought me back. It's funny. I was reminiscing with some of the leadership, and I was telling them how I remember my grandfather. I used to hang out with him every weekend, and he used to take me walking all over the damn place. Like, if you know anything about Manhattan, we used to walk from the South Bronx to Spanish Harlem to La Marqueta, And La Marqueta was where you had like all your typical Ephraim foods and stuff like that you wanted. And I would go, we had our foods, but the main reason I would go is because there was always a chance that he might get me something. And I don't know if you remember Silverhawks.
Silverhawks?
And you my age around.
Yeah,
what are you, 42?
43.
43? You're not that far
44.
off from me. Right. So it was like the ball, they had Quicksilver. It was like they were like, they had like, they were all named after birds, right? So if you know Silverhawks. Anyway, my Silverhawks story is kind of traumatic because I used to hang out in the South Bronx. So he had bought me the bad guy. I can't remember, but I remember the good guy's name was Quicksilver. And the whole thing was like chromed out. And like, I remember you would hit a button and it had like these little wings you would put on it. And then the arms would pop out and then the wings would be on it, right?
Oh, shoot.
And he had like gray hair, right? Like, you look it up. Look up Silverhawks. I'm getting a little nostalgic. I know.
Somebody's feeling it. Somebody's feeling it.
Right? But I'm going to tell you my sad Silverhawks story, right? That was Silverhawks, right?
Oh,
so I had the toy.
Yeah, he was a Marvel,
Look up
right?
Silverhawks toy. Look up Silverhawks toy, right? That's it. That's it right there. Yeah, you can click on that one. You can click on that. But that must be a newer one because I had the shiny one. Like it was shiny.
That was the
Like
top.
No, that's
looking.
whack. Go back.
That
That's
was
whack.
up there. The top,
Yeah, go to the other
second
one.
The second
That's like
one
some
over.
modern remake stuff.
Yeah,
all the way at the top.
Oh, what are you doing?
God.
All the way at the top.
All the way at the top. You had one. Down. Yeah.
Right there. The
No, go
second-
down. I saw a better one. Go down. Right there.
In the middle.
Right there.
Right
okay.
there.
Oh.
So it was shiny like that, right? It was shiny like that, and he had those little cloth things. So if you would hit the button in the back, and it would go.
The wings pop out.
and the wings would pop out. So I remember, I forgot how we were talking about. We were talking about how we just used to be so bad with each other as kids, and I had these friends from the projects, the Mitchell houses. And we kicked it for like every weekend, like for over the summer.
Yeah.
And then I had my Silverhawks toy, and they sunned me. Yo, let me hold that. Yeah, we'll get it later. And I remember they freaking.
bro.
Dang.
I went
They
to their
got you.
house. They were like, "Nah, what you talking about? I ain't got it." I was
Damn.
like, "Damn."
They did you like that,
They
man?
did me like that, bro.
God.
I was mad as hell, man. I was
Yo.
mad as
I
hell.
had the Archangel.
I went and complained to my abuelo. He fucking smacked me upside the. He smacked me upside the head. he was like, "You dumbass, why you did that?"
Right.
It's like, damn, man.
Yeah, man.
Bro, that's how they get you back in the day, bro. They be, yo, let me see that.
Yeah. Let me hold that football.
Oh, it's like, what about Judah? Like if they try to rob you, they put their arm on you. Yo, don't talk. Just
Right.
run your stuff.
Just run it.
Just run
Just
it.
run it.
Just run it. Just
Dang.
run it. Damn, man.
You lost. That's a good action figure right there,
Man,
man.
man, it was crazy work back in the day. Yep, it was that, and I had the bad guy too. He had bought me two of those.
Okay.
You know, and I know why he smacked me. One for being pendejo, and two, you know, he weren't making a lot of money. Them toys weren't cheap even
Right,
back then.
right,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? So he hooked me up. You know,
That's $100 right now.
well because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
vintage.
it's vintage,
Exactly.
It's vintage now, and that one's in bad shape. His nose all messed up and everything. Yeah, man. You said
That looked like the bad guy right there, the guy with the red.
Look, you got me talking about all that. Hey, so speaking of Voltron, you know,
Yeah.
like sometimes the stuff just be popping up like on Facebook from Amazon. Yo, they got a Voltron, bro.
They got all five
They
of
got
them?
all 5 lions, bro.
Dang, for real?
It's like $275 though.
That makes sense. It's vintage.
And
Man,
it's,
Voltron was
and it's the
ish.
die-cast metal.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap.
See, I like the lion Voltron because
Oh,
you had
this
the
some
car
old
Voltron.
Car,
school
yeah,
stuff
the
right
And it was
here.
like 52 pieces.
Yeah.
That was whack. I wasn't into the
Nah,
I
it
wasn't
was
into
the
the car
lions.
Voltron. I didn't even like the episodes
Man,
for
this
that
is like
one.
like droids.
That was like GoBots.
Yeah, see
Yeah,
that's
that's it,
plastic.
right. Yeah.
They when it was out back in the day, it
Yeah,
was
they
die-cast
die-cast
metal.
metal.
It was
Yep.
die-cast metal. Like it was dope.
Man, that was my favorite. That one in Thundercats.
Damn, let
my
me see the
favorite
individual
cartoon.
boxes, and they would form the big robot.
Uh-huh.
They would come like that, and they would form the big robot Voltron. I used to love that joint. Yellow lion, blue
That's
lion.
where they got Power Rangers from.
They did, and they just rehashed it.
That was it.
And they just rehashed it, right? Because they would perform like a big thing,
Uh-huh.
Power Rangers, right? That's crazy. Ah, well, there we go. Yeah, Thundercat, Lion-O,
Yes,
Panthro, right? I know I had friends that had the whole thing too.
Yeah, I had the sword and the hand.
Darren Crockett. Right, that's how they used to do it back in the day. He said they took my gold card the same way. He said, I'm coming right back. He took off and never seen it again. Hey, they would do that with bikes too. Yo, let me get a ride.
Yeah, let me ride your bike
I'd
around
be
the
like,
corner.
nope.
real
So
quick.
my mom was like, I am never getting you a bike. Remember when the dirt bikes came out with the pegs? The
Yep.
BMX and
Yeah,
everything,
yep.
the mongoose.
Yeah,
Mongoose. That was the one. That
Mongoose
was
was
the
the
one.
one. And she was like, I'm never getting you a bike because they just robbing bikes. So I remember I used to have to go and get like secondhand bikes, like that were like crappy. So I never really had like a BMX bike. I had to get like a 10-speed.
Oh, you got to get the
And it was
mountain
heavy as
bike
hell.
joint.
It was heavy as hell.
Yeah, so you got to get the big
No,
one.
it was
the
a
mountain
road bike. It was a road bike. but that's how I got my calves.
Okay.
Because I
All right.
started to ride all over the Bronx. I had a friend named Edgar, and his father felt bad for me, and he gave me an old jacked up bike out of his garage. And my mom wouldn't let me bring it in the apartment, so I used to have to park it in the hallway in the projects.
Dang. Shoot.
Yep.
You got a lock?
Yeah, hell yeah, I had to lock it because I was afraid somebody would steal it.
Right.
Yeah. But it was so ugly that nobody
Dang.
it was heavy as hell. So that's why my legs got brolic because
Right.
it was.
You had a bike,
bro,
though.
we drove. Man, that thing opened up liberation for me, bro. I literally biked like the whole Bronx, bro.
Those were the
Dang,
good
it was
old
like
days.
that.
Yeah,
man.
damn, you got me going down memory lane with that stuff, man.
I don't even think
man,
people-
it wasn't that bad.
Oh, okay.
It was just an old clunky. You know, they didn't have carbon fiber and super light aluminum, so it was like an old clunky 10-speed. You know what I'm saying? It was beige. It was nasty color. It was just bad.
Dang it.
It
were
was
good
just an
old
old
days, man.
clunky 10-speed. But yeah, it was kind of but that one almost looked nice. The one on the left, that one almost looked nice. But it was kind of jacked up like that, like brown like that. You can make that one bigger, go up. That's kind of what it was like. And some will say it's not that bad, but that thing was heavy as hell. That was my joint. I would bike all over the place after
Damn,
that.
with them little
Yeah.
tires like that.
Man,
Yep.
that tire was flat.
Yeah. Well, that's what you need. See, a lot of y'all like the road tires. You're thinking you safer and stuff like that.
Those are good, but
you can
you had
book
a
you can
mountain
book
bike.
it in that. That's a road bike. Well, because there are no mountains around. It was the concrete jungle.
Right.
Yeah.
I wasn't going off road.
Well, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. But you had a mountain bike, joint.
Right.
Everybody else had the mongoose, the little small
man.
joint.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. My mom would never
Yeah.
buy me no damn mom. She said they're gonna rob you because as soon as you give your friend a ride, he
Man.
take off, and then you watch him. He's like, yo, why is
And
he?
it's your
Why is
friend.
he go? Why is he?
too.
And it's your
Yeah.
friend. It's your
Yeah,
friend.
it's
Friend
crazy
about
work.
it. It's your friend too,
What
bro.
you talking about? I ain't got your bike as you ride down the street.
Oh man, hey, but you know what? You could shoot the fair one, and you don't got so
Yeah.
you could fight over it,
Yeah.
and it would have just been a fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's like later it got violent, where it's like people were stabbing and shooting each other.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you'd be like,
So
yo,
losers.
no, but what you really need if you're not going off road is a road bike.
Yeah, a lot faster. A lot
Yeah.
less work.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they
and
cruise.
then you got to learn how to shift your gears and stuff
Okay,
like that.
all
That's
right.
what the gears are for.
Yeah.
We never got into those, man. We had the mongoose, we had
No.
the BMX.
The mongoose,
We
I
had
know,
all
and
that,
then
bro.
you used to sit on the handlebars.
peg- yes,
or
with
on
the
the pegs.
pegs.
Sometimes we do 3 on the bike.
Three. That's
Oh.
it. Three.
One on the pegs in the
then
back,
one on the
and one on the
handlebars.
Yeah,
handlebars.
you gotta make sure you look.
Yeah, you got to look though.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
Right.
crazy, bro. That's wild. That's wild. They're looking at all the speeds. I still got a nice road bike. I don't have time to really go because to go ride, you're not gonna ride for 30 minutes.
Nah,
you
you
gonna
need
ride.
to get a good 10 miles.
When I started doing triathlons, I never understood the bike shoes and stuff or the bike shorts. You know, you'd be like, look at them with the bike shorts.
Oh yeah.
They have
Talking about
padding
Yep.
Yeah.
so that you don't get the
The
Jacked
chafing.
up.
yeah. Because what happens is your two bones on your butt.
Uh-huh.
Like they get sore because of the riding.
Quick.
So the biking shorts. So I would never wear. I would wear the biking shorts and then some looser shorts over it.
Yeah.
Right.
So it wasn't looking tighty.
Yeah.
But I have shoes. You clip in and it changes the
clip-
whole game.
okay.
Because if you just got a regular pedal, you only get downward force. With shoes, you get the upward
upward.
momentum too.
Yes.
Man, there's a
Right.
whole
Because they
system
locked
to that.
in there, right?
Yeah, they lock in. It's even better than cages too. Good, because cages you kind of supposed to simulate that. That's the toe cage, but.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I got the little bars, so you put the arm bars down, and then you
Yeah,
get real
like
aerodynamic.
right. Okay.
Because holding the thing like this, your nerves get, you start to get numb. So,
Yeah.
but I had the whole thing. I even had I had this drink container that you put in between the bars, so when you're riding, you just hydrate.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah. I was heavy into it.
Yeah, I did
for
a
while.
job at one of those bike stores, man. Them things ain't cheap.
Yeah.
Like
nah.
3, 4K,
No,
3
bro.
bands.
I paid $1,200 for my bike, and that was like in
Yeah, what year was
2008.
that? Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I paid like $1,200 for my bike, and that was 2008. Yep.
Yeah, that was crazy work.
Yeah, man. But I know kids don't ride bike no more.
Not no
You know,
more.
I did get my kids a bike, and they like it, but
It's not the same no more. Then you can't trust
no.
anybody now. You know, you just
That's
got
well,
part-
the thing is, like I said, yeah, I was like 13, 14,
Right.
riding
Yeah.
all over the Bronx,
Yeah.
and it was all right.
Yeah, it was a different spirit back then.
Different time. Like my kids ain't going out on the bike unless I go out with
Hell
them.
no.
You know
You
what
got
I'm
them
saying?
tinted vans
Yeah.
riding around.
Right.
Yeah, we were talking about that too a couple weekends ago. We were talking about leadership, how it was just different back in the day. Like,
way
bro,
different.
I remember I would be out till like 9 at night.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right before the street
Bro,
light
we used to
came
play.
on.
We used to play
Yeah, and it was
soccer
like-
outside in
Yeah.
the street. It's
And
cool, bro.
I would not let my kids do anything like that nowadays.
Yeah.
It's
No,
just crazy
yeah.
out
You
there.
can't. No more. You cannot do that. No. Yup. Yeah. The second one. Go to the second one. That's how it used to look, man. We used to play soccer out there. We used to football, ride the bike out there. Man, good times, bro.
Once
Well,
the
you had a
street
house.
lights-
We didn't have a house. We had the projects and
Yeah, no, we was in neighborhoods.
we had this big thing in Gun Hill Projects with a flagpole. That was like the open area.
Okay.
And we would play there.
Like the field?
It wasn't a field. It was blacktop.
Okay. That's just where everyone met.
It was the biggest open space leading into the projects. Like it was like a wide open
like a
space.
common area.
It was
It like connected the buildings.
It was like a plaza almost.
Okay.
And I remember they had a big flagpole. We used to use the flagpole a lot as like when we would play football.
Mhm.
And like, all right, the end zone's there and the other end zone's the sidewalk.
Okay.
Yep.
Did y'all have lightning bugs up there?
You got the generator box outside. You remember that?
Nah,
that's not the right one. That's not the right one.
You had a house.
Yeah, well, we was in a different type of.
I lived on the 9th floor of a 14-story.
You was in the
project
Bronx,
building.
man. Yeah, you was in the projects.
Yeah, bro. You had a house.
Oh shoot.
Right? Everyone would take care of you in the barrio back in the day. And now it's just different. People used to look out, make sure you didn't get anything too crazy, you know. Different times.
Oh yeah, good point. Now these kids are just playing with their video games or DS, whatever the heck they got nowadays.
Now my son likes to be active. He likes that, but he likes to be active too.
That's good to have.
But I gotta like take him. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta take him out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, a little stroll down memory lane to start. He said, and we are made me think of Voltron,
Right.
Thundercats, and all that team stuff.
That's some old stuff. When y'all be talking, I just be listening.
Captain Planet?
What the hell is Voltron?
Man, Voltron, man.
What's
I
the
know
one
you a
mentioned with
baby,
the
bro.
wings?
You.
Well, I mean, I knew certain shows like Gundam, different stuff like
I
that.
don't know,
But you
Gundam's
talk-
beyond past
The
my
hell you
time.
talk about?
Yeah, you don't know Gundam, bro?
Nah, it's over with for that.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, we way different.
Different times, bro. I had
Different
GoBots,
GoBots.
knockoff
See, what the hell is that?
Transformers, GoBots.
GoBots. You know what GoBots is? Tobias?
We used to play,
GoBots.
what was it, Pogs? Play with Pogs back in the day?
No.
See,
Man, we play scalesies.
Yeah.
What scales these?
You take bottle caps and you fill them with like dirt or clay, and then we make like this little board on the concrete. You draw it with chalk, and it's kind of like what can I say? You know that game like it's like bocce where you slide the little thing on the wood. You ever seen those
Yeah,
with the sliders?
stacked it up.
It's kind of like that, but with scalesies, it has like point sting, and what made scalesies uneven is that you could use whatever type of bottle cap and whatever you want to put in it to give it weight.
Right.
So you figured out how to like
get that perfect momentum.
right.
Yeah.
So so you might if it was basically like it wasn't like stock cars, like it was variations.
Right.
Like the other games where you slide and stuff. Yeah, that was it on the over there. Scalesies right there. That was Scalesies back in the day. And you had little bottle caps. So you go to park or to the blacktop. You would draw this with chalk, and then you see that's the start line. And then you would take your little bottle caps, and some people would fill them with clay.
Right.
Some people couldn't afford clay, so you would put like dirt and like pack it in like
Yeah,
mud
pack
and
it,
let it
yeah.
dry. You make like your own clay, and it was just different bottle caps, and you would play with bottle caps.
That's
crazy.
wild.
You would play with
Yeah,
bottle
bro.
caps. Yeah.
See,
you do marbles?
Kids will never experience this kind of
Nah,
stuff.
I never did marbles.
about spoons?
Jacks, we still kind of played with
Jacks, okay.
jacks a little bit. And then handball's a real urban thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Like handball's super urban. So handball we would pay. Paddleball required you buy a paddleball. No, that handball's different. I'm talking about
the blue ball.
Urban handball.
Yeah.
Yeah, urban.
Urban
Y'all did
handball.
We did kickball.
That's urban handball right there. Right there.
Damn,
And
bro.
you would
Go
play
up
off the
there.
wall.
Yep.
And everything else, you got the lines. It's kind of like racquetball, but it's one wall. Right? And so we had parks like that, and we would go and play handball because the ball would cost you 50 cents.
Okay.
Yep.
And then you would go and just with some people did gloves or whatever. And then handball in high school, it was an urban sport, used the heavy ball that had a little metal pin in it. And that you would have to build up calluses on your hand.
Shoot.
And that was harder because it's a smaller ball, so the dynamics, the physics of the ball are different.
Yeah.
When you played street handball, you used a bigger, softer ball. And you have rules with the lines and everything. I was nasty in handball.
That's crazy.
I don't know if it's just because I was low to the ground. I was fast with my feet.
Gravity was
And I
working
love
for you.
doubles, not singles, because singles you all over the court. But I had a doubles partner. His name was Eddie Figueroa. Me and him was nasty, bro. Bro, he was just a little taller than me. No, I mean we were like unstoppable, bro. Me and him, because you learn each other and you know how to cover each other, whatever.
Yeah.
Handball's crazy. You know how to cut the ball. So like when it comes off the wall,
Wow.
it'll turn.
Yeah.
So like you're trying to do the projection.
Uh-huh.
Then you got rollers and killers. So if you hit it right on the crack, it doesn't bounce because it's one bounce and you got to hit.
Right.
So if you hit that thing just right and it hits the crack, bah, it goes and it just
Oh, shoot.
And then you got the serves. Man, my serve was nasty. Like people was frustrated with my serve because I would ace the serve. I would hit like, see where this guy's standing right here? I would hit to the right of it. No, the black shirt. I would serve from where the other guy in the top left is, further up, and then my serve would come like right near the line.
Dang.
And they knew it was going there.
Right.
They
They
just
couldn't
couldn't
stop
handle
it.
it. They
Not
just
enough
couldn't
time.
handle it.
That's
They just
crazy.
couldn't.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
We had to be
handball.
so creative back then because, we're poor. So you play
Bro,
handball.
I used
We're
to-
doing
I
all
used-
this crazy stuff.
Handball was serious. I used to cut school to play handball.
That's crazy.
We used to cut school. And then they had Orchard Beach. They had handball courts at Orchard Beach. So when the weather got nice, we would go to the beach and play at
Wow.
the beach.
That'd be dope.
But we
That's
had the different
crazy.
parks we would go to and play. We would cut school to go play handball. It was like intense, like rivalries and all that stuff. Yeah.
We did some crazy stuff. back
Handball
then.
was fun, bro. Real urban game. You just got to figure things out. Scalesies, handball. Then why you made me go down memory lane? That had nothing to do with the show. Got nothing to do with any of this stuff. You got me all nostalgic over here.
He brought up tetherball. What?
Man, I don't
Bro,
know what
I-
that is.
I-
That's-
nah, I was
if
not
that
with
is not a
that.
That's
no
like
mean
recess.
city game.
Yeah.
I know
was
this
cool
guy's
with
like,
that.
yeah, my street was like that. That looked beautiful. That looked like the street on ET.
Man, for
where,
real.
where Asher grew up.
Dang.
What the hell is this?
Oh, he was in the prizes. It was different.
Yeah, hell yeah, it was different. It was very
Different vibe.
different. It was very different. Urban recreation handball, that's what they call it. Right, and then you knew which parks to go to where the competition was heavier.
Yep.
So like if you went to Van Cortlandt, everybody there was real good. So like, Orchard, you had some good people too. And it was just all about, and we wouldn't even play for money. Some people would. We wouldn't play for money. It was just
Competition.
bragging
it was the
right.
competition.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
name
oh,
on the
it was
street.
like, yeah, yo, we held the court at Van Cortlandt. And the thing is, when you're winning, you keep going.
Right,
So you're
right.
tired.
Right.
Dang.
So like, yo, I got next, and like other people come and try to take you down and stuff like that,
Dang
you know.
it.
And then if you did get taken down, that's when you had your lunch break, you
Okay.
know.
Okay.
Yeah, we was active back then, man. Handball was
Yeah.
fun, but I was a handball fiend, bro. I was a handball fiend. You know what? We loved baseball, but it's hard. You need 18 people to play baseball.
Yep.
Yeah.
The stickball was kind of like a short version of baseball, so we play stickball, right? Because you don't need, stickball. You don't got to field positions like where you hit the ball would count as a single, double, triple,
Okay.
or home run.
Right.
So you have fewer. So you could play stickball with like 4
See,
guys.
that's some real
Right.
urban stuff right
yeah.
there.
So
boy.
Yeah.
so yeah,
The
stickball.
friggin' stick.
Yep. You
The
had
stick.
stickball.
Yeah.
And then scalesies. It was things to do like on the cheap.
Yeah.
That you didn't really have to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
So you figured out the environment and how to do that and
And
stuff.
had a blast.
And you had a blast, man. And you would
Yeah.
wake up and do it again. You know,
different
manhunt.
times, bro.
You ever
Yeah.
play manhunt?
Man,
In the projects we used to play manhunt, and it's basically like tag, but you could hide like in the whole projects.
Right.
Oh, we did a version
And
of
so
that in
so
apartments.
you had a
Okay.
team. So you had a team. And like basically you had to try to find each other and stuff
Right,
like
right.
that. So we call it manhunt. So you had like the hunting team and then the other team, and then they had to
Right.
Okay, we
they
just
had
had
to find you.
different names.
But we would expand the play area, and it would include like the whole project sometimes. So it was like crazy.
Yeah. That's what's up.
You know, yep, yeah, and then it's like certain restrictions. You can't hide in the buildings because you'll never find somebody.
Right. Yep.
You know, like it was in outdoor spaces and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then it's chill because the game would take long, so you're kind of walking around, just kicking it, talking. Like, oh, is that somebody there?
Right,
Wait,
right,
is that
right.
somebody?
Yeah,
Wait, is that somebody in the bushes over there?
Right.
Whatever it is, just different
times,
times,
good
man.
times.
Different times, different stuff.
That's what's up.
Anyway, topic of the show. Don't call me Gentile. The Lost Tribes, the Two Sticks, and the Color Line.
Hey.
I never finished my colorism from Samaria to the streets.
Right.
Was the last time when we did that? How far back? when we
Couple
did?
weeks, like 3, 4.
No, it was further than that, bro.
Yeah?
You crazy? You wow,
It was like 3, 4.
bro. You Yanni.
Yanni is crazy.
Let me see.
Lord have mercy.
You wow, bro.
Empire,
Oh,
side
my
churches.
Jesus.
From
Oh,
Samaria
you're
to
right,
the
you're
streets
right.
was a while ago.
You're right,
Oh,
you're right.
Jesus.
Hey, if y'all are tuned in there, go ahead and share that we live. We only got 232 watching.
Wow,
2
have
months
mercy.
ago.
I'm
2
telling you, it
months
was a
ago.
while
Yeah.
ago, and I never got to finish it.
baby, we live.
We live. Share
live.
that we live. When you see that we live, you need to share that we live.
That's right.
Come on.
let's get the views up. Let's keep it popping.
Get them likes
you
up.
know? Yeah, I feel like the views be down. Like they think I'm traveling. They see somebody else fill in and they think I'm not here.
Crazy.
Right.
Did we do the show last week?
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
did.
did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Me, I did it,
I was a
right?
joke.
No,
No,
that's
also
what I
y'all.
mean.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I know. So I feel like when it's if they see a cover,
Yeah.
they like, oh, he
Dang.
might be gone.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have no show. And even then, yo, the brothers be
Man,
holding
right,
it down.
right.
Brothers be holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, tune in regardless. Don't just be a fan of me. Be a fan of the show.
Man, Roy.
Brothers
Power
try to
Hour
keep
Plus.
right. Was the lunch break the Puerto Rican streets there? I just saw a Shia say, it depends. It depends, bro. It depends. I posted a video earlier today of how they get down in New York City, and it's like they bring El Campo to the city, and it was this one Ephraim dude that he has like a whole oven in the front of the building that he lives in.
Yeah.
Right. So in El Campo, you
Yeah,
have
on the
stands
street
and they'll
food.
cook like that. The street food, that same culture back in the day, is that they crack down on that stuff now, so it's not the same in the Bronx. But it used to be people be out there with their little carts. You could get your little patelitos or your frituras, like cuchifritos, we would call it. But this one dude, he's doing his whole pernil, arroz con gandule, all his stuff out there. So he asking if that was, sometimes it was the little street stand. Or the Coco Helado. The little ice cream guy would come by. Coco Helado was a specific brand. It was like the icy you would get from Puerto Rico. There was a whole business around in New York. There's a little cart they come by. They would have mango, cocoa, cherry, rainbow. Bomb
Kind of
ass.
like what they got out here with the fruit.
Yeah.
Quarter, 50
And the
cent.
corn.
But it was like I don't know if you know what an icy is.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't mean an icy like the icy in the plastic stick.
No, like the shaved
No,
ice.
it's-
It's,
shaved,
No, it's not even shaved ice is piragua. So shaved ice is shaved ice,
Okay.
and they pour that's like a snow cone.
Right,
Oh,
right.
that's
no,
not it.
this is different. This is different. An icy, it's like New York. We know about it. It's like they do it in pizza shops. No, so that's like piragua, the
Yeah.
cold. It just
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
no, not icy. Yeah, so there, like that one, New York City icy. You could do the orange one. It kind of it's almost like a sorbet, but like it's not natural fruit. It's like
Right.
it's freaking.
Like
it's
some Kool-Aid or something?
Ice and mashed sugar. It's ice and mashed. That's a New York City icy.
Okay. No, we ain't do that.
And then you would mix it and you would do like cocoa and mango.
Dang.
Woo, man, that stuff hit, boy, when it be hot.
New to me.
That thing would be hit when what? And then the pizza shops would sell them too. So you would go up to the pizza shop but it wasn't like the Puerto Rican brand.
Right.
But it was ices. And then there was some places that they had all types of flavors. Like they would throw chips in it, different things and
Right,
stuff
right.
like that. Like people just started
Ooh, that
getting
look
creative
good.
with it.
That look real good.
Well, let me tell you, that thing hit the spot on a humid day in the summer. You gonna grab one of those, right? Coco mango
Yeah.
cherry, right? Coco mango
Coco
cherry.
mango cherry.
That was the mix. You did the mix with all three because you couldn't decide, so you
Put them all together.
Yeah, but the cocoa was cocoa's where it was at, bro. That thing was good as hell. I know a lot of people don't like coconut, but
Refreshing.
yeah, man, that stuff was good stuff. All right, stop, man. I'm trying to get to the show, and you're making me digress. The hell is this? Anyway, do the housekeeping before we get into our segments.
Hey, Shalom, Most High in Christ, bless. Hey, check this out. If you didn't know, right now, the original royalty, we got the 12 tribe collection. Let's get some of these images. We just had a Western themed photo shoot real quick. A shout out to Officer Asher and the rest of the original royalty marketing team. Let's get some of them images up there. Come on. Oh, who is that? Who is that? Who is that man on that nag? Hey,
didn't
for
even
real,
like that
why you
picture,
always
bro.
take your pictures from the side like that? I need like some front facing.
Well, by that time the flash was running out of power, so Obadiah, he's still learning.
Why you look like you about to rob somebody? Why you got the face like?
bandito.
Why you got the
They got the
face like?
bandito
Like,
face
like
on.
run it. Run your.
I don't know, man. I just posed. We only took like 3 pictures. It seemed
Oh,
like.
snap. Come on, let's go.
Why you look so angry? Oh, mijo.
We ran out of the strobe light had already died, so we were going natural light.
Okay,
mijo.
okay.
Look at him, mijo. Look. He doing the squinting eye. Why he look like he in a novela?
Right.
Like
He looks like the F boy.
Like he gonna steal your wife.
Right.
Dang
Yeah,
it. Oh, my
come on.
goodness.
Hey, there's sis. All right, rocking the pink with the denim. Come on.
Come on.
Benjamin. Some good pictures there.
Yeah.
Damn. Bringing out the color scheme.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
The
Bitch,
lighting.
play,
That one
bitch,
was
play.
dope. That one was dope.
No, she didn't play it. She didn't play it, but she brought it.
Yeah, she brought it.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what's up. All
With
right.
the hat on.
Damn.
Joe's wife.
Okay.
Praise.
Yeah. You see,
Yeah,
showing
Zebulon.
you how to. It's more than just a T-shirt.
That's
Right,
right.
It's a
right.
fashion
You
statement.
can
That's
style
right.
that mug in so many ways, man. So many ways.
Come on.
All right.
That's it.
Look at little sis. Hooking it up. Got the belt, accessorizing. Damn, making all of it pop. Hey, those are some nice pictures, man. All right.
Wait,
Mark,
wait.
Mark.
Where's Officer Yob?
Yeah, where's Joe, man? Joe, yeah, one
Yeah,
with
you didn't
Joe.
get him on. Huh? There
Oh,
was
gosh.
more.
Oh,
There
they
was
download
more,
him.
too.
Oh,
Oh, my
gosh.
goodness.
Oh, gosh.
Bro,
IT
he's
messing
missing
up
3
already.
tribes.
Yes.
He's missing 3 tribes.
That's crazy.
Crazy work.
Hey, but check this out. We got them right now.
No. The sizes do run a little small.
Yes.
And if you read your descriptions when you order,
right.
we make sure that we tell you to order a size up. This particular batch,
And it's in bold.
right? We bolded it,
Right. We got an asterisk and,
we
bolded.
and bolded and
Capital
asterisks.
letters. Yes.
That if you're gonna buy your 12 tribe shirt, all right, make sure you read the description. They run a little small. You want to go a size up, all right? Look, hey,
There we
look
go.
at Joe, bro.
Good job. He said, watch this. I said, okay.
Cram.
Double cream.
Cram. Yeah. Oh, that
Yeah,
was
that was
fire. The
popping.
green was popping,
Yeah.
boy.
Tribe
Especially with the
Issachar.
cactus.
Damn, that looked dope.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's not a cac. That's
I'm
not
talking
a
about on the
cactus.
shirt. That's, not cactus.
That's a
Okay.
fire
Yeah.
photographer.
Yeah.
That's a fire photographer.
All praise to the Lord. Oh, war, baby.
See, now we got to sell the whole ensembles.
Yeah.
Now we
Yeah.
gotta sell the whole ensembles.
Yeah.
We getting there.
There goes
slowly
Simeon.
but surely.
There goes Simeon. She can low key pass for Simeon.
She can pass for Simeon.
Uh-huh.
All she need to do is be like, que lo que.
And DR, the Simeon, they can go. They
Oh,
can
she
look like
said,
any
she
tribe.
said she said OR advertised pics of the clothes on the Sabbath. Maybe you guys scheduled it. No, we saying that we probably.
Oh, we did.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably should.
We'll look into that.
Yeah, probably should make sure nothing's being scheduled
At all.
to go up on till
Yes.
after. Right.
Oh, she said Tabitha says she liked the Gadite one. Yeah, that's one of the best ones. That's actually one of my favorite. Go back to the Gad one. Yeah. Oh, can you zoom in a little bit? There was more pictures, but it's cool. You can't really see it, but yeah, the Gad one is real nice. It's very detailed.
What's dope
Very
is
detailed.
The jacket and the skirt makes it look Gad too. Like the accessories.
You
and
caught
all
that, huh?
Yeah, man. Like
All
all
praises.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, we got a pretty dope team.
I'm a kids,
Yeah,
large, and
someone
girls.
said 2-3 Sabbaths ago there were ads being posted online.
As in on
I'm
the
coming.
Sabbath.
I'm coming
On
to
the
do the
Sabbath.
Simeons.
Okay.
Yeah, Jahida come through.
Understood.
Yeah, Jahida hasn't came to the photo shoots in a while. It would be
Man,
nice to.
she ain't gonna go do no photos. What's she talking about?
Hey, as a matter of fact, if you plan it out right, we could do some stuff at Tabernacles, bro.
We got a
If you
little
plan it
something-
out right, we
little
can have like
something
a, chill vibe, whatever. You know? Yeah, man.
That's what's up. Those looking nice.
Hey,
All right.
wait, we might get Deacon out there styling a
Well, we did a
profiling.
whole photo shoot last year. He got him on. You got him archived or something? Them photos.
My wife got them. She
Oh,
wanted
okay.
those. Those are for
Okay.
her.
Oh, okay.
Family photos and stuff
Nice,
like
nice,
that.
nice.
Yeah.
All praises.
Take some more.
Hey,
this
what's the
year.
sin of the night? What you got?
Rose sandalwood.
Man,
Back
you
to
can't.
it.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that rose sandalwood.
Not at all.
What you got?
I got
Officer
on
Yanni?
the mahogany spice.
Uh-oh.
I did some derma rolling last night, so I made sure I put some on.
How you like that mahogany spice?
It's fire, bro.
That
Right?
mahogany
Fire.
spice is fire, man.
Very
That's what I
good.
wore this morning, but now I think I gotta say it slow because my tongue don't work right for it.
Monogamy.
Cedar,
Uh-huh.
leather,
Uh-huh.
vanilla.
Vanilla.
Yeah, it is.
Cedar leather.
That thing fire.
Vanilla.
If I say it fast, like it'll cedar leather, vanilla.
I haven't tried that one
leather.
yet.
You know,
Vanilla.
I was thinking earlier. You mentioned that you wanted to do like a video doing the whole.
Yeah.
I've been saying it for a couple years now that I'm gonna do a whole video on how to groom it, how
Yeah,
to
like
keep
a
it.
tutorial series.
We might. I
tutorial
wonder if we could do
series.
that, like a Tabernacles edition, in one of the like the RVs or whatever. That might be.
We've planned to do it in past years and we never get to it.
Yep.
Vane's running multiple.
I'll bring my
offices
stuff.
and
I'll bring my stuff.
Vane playing defense and offense.
Man, but hey, if you want to get it done, we can get it done.
We could just remind me
I'll bring my
because I
stuff.
got to bring my brushes and like I was gonna show how to clean the brushes and
Oh, you was gonna
Okay.
go that? Damn, you was
yeah,
gonna go in.
all of
Okay,
that.
all right.
So tell people how to get it in. So
Yeah, I'll bring my stuff.
All right, I'm keeping it G with the tobacco cedar.
she got tobacco cedar and I have
Tobacco
cedar.
cedar.
Cherry
leather,
tobacco's
the one.
Vanilla. Right.
Cherry tobacco's the
Cherry,
one.
cherry tobacco. I like that
Yeah,
one too.
man. That's what's up.
But hey, go to getbeardgains.com to get your beer gains up.
Yeah, there it is.
Hey, and also too, right now, while we got the prices marked down, go and get your gear to fulfill your manly badge of dignity.
Yeah, get it while you can.
The bomb is real good.
We're gonna have a refresh on the beard line.
Yes,
and we got some things coming, and
bright and fresh.
and the prices may not stay that way. That's right. All I'm saying. Right now, we knocked them down a little bit for y'all, but we gonna be switching things up. We're gonna be switching things up. So, all right.
Deacon Joshua.
Wait, hold on. That's the site right now. We close that. Eliel still didn't take off the banner up top.
Sure didn't.
And that was like a week or two ago. We told him to take it off. Send him a message, please.
I sure will.
Tell him we just saw it and he still didn't take off.
Sure will.
The subscribe banner. Thank you. Hey, let's go into our fitness segment. What do we got up here? Ooh, I just did the alcohol class. I wonder if I should show that alcohol one. We're going to show a couple health stuff, and then we're going to get into the main piece.
You might as well.
You got the one with that
are these all the ones that I got from... I think we did the little oil already. Wait, let's show the alcohol one since I did the alcohol. How bad is alcohol?
Left, top left.
Oh, it says it literally so big on the screen. I just did for New Moon. I just did the a class on alcohol. Brothers put it out real quick. All praises.
Yeah.
I guess they didn't need no editing or refining. If you want to watch that, it's up on the IUIC Phoenix page. Go give it a short watch, about an hour and a half. Right, nice little quick class for y'all to look into.
Gives a good perspective on alcohol, and you might not think that you're an alcoholic, but there's signs.
Like Asher realized, he needs to not drink.
Yeah, don't be an alcohol lawyer.
Don't be a lawyer for the alcohol. Nobody drank after the feast after that class.
Nobody did.
Hey, but alcohol is detrimental to your weight loss goals. Right. Play it.
It's very controversial, but alcohol in 10 to 15 years is going to be what cigarettes are today. Wow. There's going to be labels on all alcohol.
100% agree. And if you care about your body composition, aka being lean, building muscle, and feeling fit and healthy in your body, alcohol is horrible. First, it's extremely calorically dense. Alcohol has 7 calories per gram, which is more than proteins and carbohydrates. One shot of most spirits can have anywhere between 70 to 100 calories. And be honest with yourself, you're not just having one shot. Alcohol also reduces self-control, so you're more likely to overconsume calorically dense foods when you're drunk. It negatively impacts exercise recovery in many different ways. First, it inhibits the mTOR pathway, which is how our bodies stimulate muscle growth. And it disrupts hormone balance by decreasing testosterone and increasing cortisol. So if you're busting your ass in the gym, drinking alcohol regularly is kind of just like erasing the hard work that you're putting in the gym. And lastly, alcohol negatively impacts sleep. And poor sleep makes you hungrier, increases your cravings for calorically dense foods, and decreases your energy expenditure. So drinking alcohol is pretty much a lose-lose situation always. Now, I'd be an absolute hypocrite to say that you have to be 100% sober, because I'm not, but the dose definitely makes the poison. But if you're drinking often and you're having a hard time seeing improvements in your body composition, you might want to take a look at your alcohol consumption. Hope this helps, and by the way, if you want to learn more about the exact strategies that my team and I use to help our clients lose fat, build muscle, and improve their health in a sustainable way, comment blueprint on this post, and I'll DM you a link to download my ebook.
Alcohol is... next to fat, the second most calorically dense thing you can consume. Fat has 9 calories per gram of fat. Alcohol has 7 per milliliter or gram if you're going to weigh it. And then that's not including mixers. Right. So if you're doing mixed drinks and everything. And then, you throw your whole deficit off when you get your weekend drink on. And then you wonder why you're not making your goals. Then your sleep isn't right. It disrupts your sleep, right? And like I said, I would be a hypocrite if I said don't drink it at all. I drink it occasionally, but occasionally.
Then it motivates you to eat unclean food,
right? Well, that's why unhealthy. Usually when you go to places like the bars will have like the happy hour and there's foods that go with it,
like chicken wings,
fries. And fried stuff, right? All the heavy food, and then you wonder why.
A whole bottle of Hornitos is around 1,800 calories.
Wow! So if you do a whole bottle,
That's
that's how
1,800
you
calories.
do? You would do
I,
a whole
I
bar?
looked all this stuff up because I was wondering why
you passed
my
over
fat
what he
gain,
asked.
my fat weight wasn't.
You passed over what he asked.
Well, what was it?
I said that's how you would do. You do a whole bottle.
No, I'm just trying to see how much it would be if the whole bottle was because eventually you're gonna drink the whole bottle.
So you do drink the whole bottle.
Eventually you're gonna drink the whole bottle if it's at your crib. But my point is, it's a lot of calories in the whole bottle.
It takes me years for a bottle in my crib to be gone.
Well, yeah, Deke don't really drink like that. Watch the class, yo. It's all in there.
Yeah, watch the class. It's all in there. Look at him. He's like,
He hit the Heisman on you real quick.
real quick,
Oh,
real
shit.
quick, real quick. Let's see. Let's do the. This is old. Where's the stuff that I did from this week? I told you that there's stuff I posted this week.
You still got one.
I literally told my son that I posted stuff from this week between last show and this show. And he's showing me the old stuff. You could put the 1,000 calories in 2 minutes. Look at 1,000 calories in 2 minutes. Eating 1,000 calories in 2 minutes. Burning 1,000 calories takes 2 hours.
Yeah, that's tough.
Eat 1,000 calories in 2 minutes. I could probably do it in 2 seconds and burn 1,000 calories in 2 hours. Not gonna lie, this type of content gets a ton of clicks, but it's pretty misleading. You don't need to burn off every single calorie you eat. That's not how fat loss works. Let me explain. Your body runs on a daily energy budget called your total daily energy expenditure, or a TDEE. This includes your workouts, sure, but also things like walking, digesting your food, keeping your organs functioning, things that you need in order to stay alive.
Wow,
So if
these
your
guys
total
are
daily
terrible.
energy expenditure is 2,200 calories and you eat 1,700 calories, guess what? You're in a deficit and you'll lose weight independent of what you're consuming. Even if you didn't do 2 hours of cardio to earn the donut that you ate. In fact, primarily focusing on exercise as a means to lose weight is not effective. The study right here shows that exercise alone leads to significantly less weight loss than when combined with nutrition, and I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to figure out why, but I do think it's an important point to drive home. And the main reason why is because exercise doesn't actually burn that many calories, and people overestimate how many calories they burn through exercise and then they eat it all back anyways. But besides the science, here's what really pisses me off about this narrative that you have to burn off the calories that you eat. It inherently makes you view exercise as punishment, which isn't good, right? You feel like you have to exercise because you have to make up for the bad food that you ate. That's not good. And I promise you that if that's your mindset, you will not stay consistent long term. Exercise should be something that makes you feel stronger, more capable, give you more energy, and that you enjoy. It shouldn't be a tool to erase bad behaviors. And by the way, if you've fallen for this before, don't feel bad, you're not alone. And if you're trying to lose fat and build muscle and you have no idea where to start, comment the word blueprint on this post and I'll DM you a link to download my
You can
ebook
stop
for free.
that. I mean, it's good information. If anybody didn't pay attention last time,
Right.
these guys are showing old stuff. And I literally have new stuff posted
Right.
Oh my Jesus.
since then. I didn't have any of it. No, now you want to do it? I'm not going to keep showing fitness videos. My goodness. Did you download the stuff? Like, literally, if I went to the... Oh, my goodness.
We appreciate you.
My goodness, these guys.
That's definitely from last week.
Mira. I got stuff from September 6th that they didn't show. Look, I'm clicking on this one. All right. No, I'm sorry. 6 was all right. What else we got here? Oh, yeah. Look, about the cutting carbs. That would have been great.
Wow.
That would have been great to show me. That was a newer one. You
got the one on diabetes with the woman that was pre-diabetic.
Diabetes.
I have the one with the black women having the highest obesity rate. They didn't put that.
Oh, yeah. I
Oh,
remember
come
that.
on. Come on.
Oh, my goodness, these guys. And then I also have one that I posted today about Pocahontas that I want to show because it will kind of segue in. But let's show this. Show the carb one. Well, no, show this one first. Let's show this one. All right. So check this out. Let's read this, right? And this is just talking about black women, meaning what they would consider Southern Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
There are some tortas in Northern Kingdom.
Tortas.
All right.
It's true.
But go ahead. Let's read what it says here.
The black women have the highest rate of obesity in the U.S.
All right. Now read the side there.
Nearly half of the U.S. adults now meet the clinical definition of obesity, but the burden falls unevenly across the population. The black and black women carry one of the heaviest loads. Federal data show that about 4 in 5 black women are either overweight or obese.
That's a lot of black women. And mind you, this is not black like when we say all Israel.
Right.
They're
Right.
talking about just
Judah.
Southern Kingdom.
Yeah.
They're talking about Judah,
African American,
Benjamin, Levi. All right, go ahead. Come on.
That's 80%. Underscoring how sharply the issue cuts across this group. Prevalence maps and surveillance surveys confirm that non-Hispanic black adults have the highest age-adjusted obesity levels among racial groups, with women in this demographic showing some of the highest rates in the nation.
Come on.
Public health reports place overall adult obesity at about 40% in recent combined surveys. Severe obesity has risen most strongly among women. These patterns mean black women face disproportionate risk not only of obesity but also of related conditions, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and heart disease that track closely with elevated weight at a population level.
Come on.
Experts point to a mix of structural and social drivers behind these disparities. Limited access to affordable, healthy food, fewer safe places to exercise, concentrated poverty, historic and ongoing healthcare gaps, and targeted marketing of calorie-dense products. Analysts note that these forces help explain why obesity rates cluster so sharply by race, gender, and geography rather than reflecting personal choice alone.
Right. So, someone said in the comments, because they're always marketing stuff to us. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But do those reasons justify us doing it?
Right.
Absolutely not.
No.
And I think a lot of our sisters, I'm talking about our repenting sisters, are caught up in the whole body image thing.
Yep.
From the perspective of it's okay to be big. Like you're on the Lizzo, whatever else.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're on that agenda. And it's not about appearance as much as it is. It's going, if you have the health issues yet, trust me, they will manifest.
Yeah.
They will manifest. And some of you are walking around acting like it's nothing, feeling like you're comfortable. You lost a little 10 pounds, but you're still in the obese range.
Right.
And you think you've made significant progress. You've made progress, but if you're still categorized as obese, you're still at risk for all those metabolic syndrome conditions. And then if you're a woman, it's worse, because what it does is it puts you in the realm of PCOS, where your hormones get out of whack.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, the men's hormones get out of whack too, but they're a little easier to calibrate if you need to get some medical intervention for that with like hormone replacement therapy. Women gets a little more complex when it comes to that. You know, for the most part, a man, his testosterone gets out of whack, and then there's, treatment for that. A woman, all of like her major hormones start getting, testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, and then all this stuff gets out of whack, right? And I'm not saying that's the only reason it happens, but when you're overweight, it exasperates it. And then you get insulin sensitivity, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure. And maybe your age is kind of preventing it. Maybe you don't go for regular doctor visits, so you're not aware that these things are happening. And then what they do is they become chronic. And you wind up later in life, having all these issues, and then you shorten your lifespan because you didn't address them earlier. And you're in denial and you feel like you look okay. Get it out of your head that it's about look then, and focus on it about being
Health-wise.
Right.
And those measures are there so that you can go ahead to deal with what? Making sure that you maintain a healthy weight range. And I get it. It is hormonally driven. It's not as easy as just discipline. All right. There are other factors. But guess what? If you start to move the bar little by little, you start to make the adjustments and just do that stuff. It don't got to be this whole, let me lose 10 pounds a month. It could be gradual, consistent improvement, which is really lifestyle change that fixes your health.
Right.
There's no reason our demographic should be that way.
Right.
There isn't, and that's just including Southern Kingdom. It's not mentioning, it's saying that they're worse because it said non-Hispanic. When you throw Hispanic in there, it exasperates the numbers, but it's a little less. But like I said, there are tortas out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tortas out there, and you're doing it, and you're saying, okay, I'm comfortable with the way I look. It's not about your look; it's about your health.
Right.
And let me tell you, your lifestyle choices reflect on your children also.
That's right.
I see some fat kids in the congregation.
That's
Straight
right.
up.
And I'm telling you, you're the one that decides what they eat. So if
Yeah.
you have a fat child, that's child abuse.
Right.
Oh shoot.
That's facts.
Dang, you gotta say that.
You might say it again.
If your child is overweight, you have a fat child, that is child abuse. That is neglect. You are an ostrich. Because you control their food intake.
100%.
It's heavy.
So you don't put enough respect on it. So you're letting your children reflect those choices too.
He ain't lying.
Oh, but I don't want to tell her that she fat. I'm not saying break their image. Make it about health then.
Yeah.
Make it about health. Because, you know, they're going to create body dysmorphia online.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times the stuff that you see up there is filters and lighting and AI. And,
Man, straight
and
up.
some are using
Catfishing.
drugs to get to those type of things. Some are using steroids, women and men. And it creates a false idea of what a fit body is. But if you just focus on making sure you're not in the obese category, right?
That's right.
Focus on those basics, those 4 pillars. Don't be in the obese category as far as body fat. For women, you should be 30% or less. And the less you are, the more you look more fit. You know, at 30%, you're not looking like real fit or anything like that. But it's a healthy range. It's a manageable range. And you should probably have a buffer. Don't be right at the cusp of what is obese and not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because on any given day, it's going to be different, right? And you're going to see your markers improve. And you're going to see yourself being in a more healthy position. So, Tortuga, someone said, snap, right? Last health one, and then we're going to go into the meat of the topic. And listen, this is one of those examples where it's not about the food you eat, it's about the quantity. Yes, it is about the food you eat, but not when it comes to composition as much. Because you can it's harder to overeat Whole foods. Right.
Yeah, it is. Vegetables.
All right. It's harder to overeat, like, you know, chicken breast and rice and,
definitely.
you know, things like that and salads and veggies. It's hard to overeat. Not if you slather it in ranch.
That's right.
Oh, damn.
Hey, guess who created ranch? Last week, Officer Joe brought that up.
Judah brought out ranch.
Yeah, Judah brought
Hey, look at that. They have condiments and sides.
Man.
That's facts. We'll take it. We'll take something.
Hey, a little sidebar. You know, I was sitting with Deacon Abiel and I was sitting with Captain Noah at OKC. And Captain Hareb was there, but he didn't want no smoke. And the challenge came up.
About the food?
About the cuisine. Because Deacon Abiel was trying to talk about Judah got the... I said, nope. I said, I'm going to give you the challenge. And I gave him the challenge. I said, look, you're going to open a restaurant that has Judah themed. Give me 10 combos. And I said, I know you can't give me 10, so give me 5 and I'll give you the first one.
Yo.
You gave him a handicap?
He gave up like after half of a second combo.
Dang.
But Noah was trying, boy.
Noah was trying.
Noah got slick.
Yeah. What did he say?
He wanted to get the African cuisine. And I said, that don't pertain to you.
That's
I said,
crazy,
you know
man.
damn well you don't know how to cook none of those things over there.
Fufu,
right,
no.
because
Bruh.
Southern Kingdom in Africa has
Oh, yeah,
cuisine.
they got it.
Yeah, that's for
Straight
sure.
up.
That's for sure.
You have the jollof rice,
The
fufu, all the
fufu.
different things and stuff like that. But we talking about
Judah
that's
in
not what
America.
you're talking about when we talk about that.
Right.
We talk about Don't try to own something that ain't right. I gave him that combo. That was number 1.
Oh, no.
Okay. I mean, that's the staple right
And
there.
that thing don't go gold.
That was number
That does
1.
not go
That was
get
number
old,
1, right? And I said,
They
bro,
just biscuits.
give me the cuisine. No, and it got to be lawful then on top of that. So
Yeah.
that eliminates
So
a bunch
no
of the
catfish.
choices. Right.
It's over for that.
Hey, nobody's been able to meet that challenge without repetitively repeating stuff.
It's
You know
a
what I'm
hell of a
saying?
challenge.
Yeah.
So what did Deacon Abiel say in regards to that?
He picked up his phone and was like, hello? somebody. Nobody
Lord.
could do it.
That's crazy.
And I brought that up just to say we have this thing with types of food, right? Like the Whole Foods doctrine.
Yep.
Let me tell you, Whole Foods is a sham to get you to spend more money on food that you get for cheaper somewhere else.
Yep.
All right,
Organic.
those things do not. There's no type of outcomes that tell you that that's going to be better for you in the long run. I'm not saying that there's not harmful things in our food supply. That's not. There is, right? There is. But that's not what's keeping you fat.
Quantity.
Quantity. CICO. Calories in, calories out. And then you work on food selection so that you can meet like your dietary needs, right? Like a lot of us don't get enough iodine. We don't get enough selenium, right? That's why supplements have kind of B12 is another one, right? B6 so that you don't get gray hairs, right? Or you fight them off, right? Usually if you get early grays. Magnesium helps so much of your rhythm to sleep, right? Did I say zinc? Zinc is a big one that we don't get enough of, right? So what happens is we wind up supplementing them because we're not eating the variety that we need to eat. Most of you think that you have this thing like clean food and clean choices, but then you do added fats and added oils and added things, and then it just changes the whole profile of it. Your first focus should be quantity, and then you focus on selection, right? For health. I'm not even talking about trying to recomp your body at this point, but trust me, if you do that along the way, you're probably going to wind up in a better position. Last one on this, and then we're going to move on, all right? Carbohydrates, right? Go ahead, come on.
Project Phoenix Strength. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Cutting carbs isn't your magic bullet to fat loss, and it might be holding back your strength.
Come on.
Fat loss is about energy balance. Calories in versus calories out. You can lose fat on high carb or low carb if the deficit is there. But there's a nuance for athletes, and if you train with us, you are an athlete. Carbs are your light, high-octane fuel for lifting, running, and explosive training. Cutting carbs equals possibly compromised training quality and poor recovery. That fast scale drop when you cut carbs. It's glycogen plus water, leaving your muscles not fat.
Right, and I can't emphasize that enough, because everybody will say, "Oh man, but when I lost 11 pounds in 2 weeks when I cut my carbs."
Right.
You didn't lose 11 pounds of fat. That was water and glycogen leaving your body. All right. That's why it stalls out after you get that initial water dump. Right. And I'm not saying that you don't. Carbs is the one you will probably manipulate the most so that you don't compromise your protein intake when you're doing your calorie deficit. But there's nothing demonic, bad about carbohydrate in and of themselves.
Right.
If you're eating within your little is sufficient and being well nourished, right? Go ahead, come on.
Research is clear. When protein and calories are matched, fat loss is similar on high and low carb diets. The key difference, higher carbs tend to support harder training and may make it easier to hold on to muscle in the long run.
And they cite a study. Go ahead, come on.
At Project Phoenix Strength, we take the guesswork out.
All right, so I think that's it. Now she's plugging her strength training business. You get out of there with her camel toe.
Oh my God.
Get that out of there.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know why they kept that on there so long. Brothers back there got spirits on them.
Oh, Jesus. It's crazy work.
Dang.
Carbs, here's how you should think of it. Protein is for building and muscle. Fat is for hormones. You don't want to go too low, right? So added fats, right? We're so used to adding oil and things when we cook, right? And that's fine, but you want to minimize added fats, right? Like the fat that just comes naturally with the food.
Right.
It's where you want to be. Minimize the added fats that you put. And I showed the oil one the week before last, right? A little oil and what it does. And then carbs, think of it as fuel. So if you're not active, you probably don't need as many carbs, right? But if you're somebody who trains, works out, or whatever, it's going to fuel your workouts better. Now, I've gone extremely low carb, and you can still work out and you'll still function, but it's
that's rough.
The workout's not as good.
That is rough.
Right?
And you lose strength for sure.
Yeah, you lose strength. You're not getting a pump when you work out. You're just kind of going through it and stuff like that. The energy's down. You're a runner. So low carb like kills you.
Oh,
I can't do. I gotta eat carbs.
Yeah, low carb kills you. But it's not. We got to stop with this. It's this, is that. Everything under the sun except the things that work. We'll try everything else except the things that work. Anyway,
and you know what has been working, Deke, is this calorie tracking, which I've been doing for the last probably like 6 months, like actually hardcore, right? Or doing it consistently. I'll say that because I was like at the first, how people say like it's too much work, whatever. But once you get into a rhythm, it's not that bad. So as I'm looking at my stats now, and I'm still gonna eat something later, but I got 1,190 calories that I've consumed already, 93 grams of carbs, 29 grams of fat, and 128 grams of protein.
That's pretty low on the fat. That's not bad.
Yeah, so I'm gonna eat some tuna later, which is gonna add about 29 grams of protein, maybe a little bit of fat, and then that's gonna be my last one because I'm trying to drop down.
Yeah.
But you saw, I'm lost. I went down to like one.
You lost like, another 0.3 or 4.
Yeah, and I was at
body fat.
165 like maybe a month and a half ago. 165.
So you pushing?
Pushing, man.
Yeah,
I'm pushing.
You gonna do it this time?
I'm trying to get fast. I'm trying. Yeah, man.
Are you
I gotta
trying to get the veins?
I'm trying to get the vascularity.
That vascularity.
Look at the prime difference.
Smooth
I was
like
watching,
a baby's butt.
When I was reading for Deke, right? I was reading for Deacon, and I, you look over at the teacher when he's, going in or whatever.
Right.
This, Deacon had a whole big old vein going down his doggone forearm. I'm like, God damn, I got to get down to that body fat percentage, man. I'm smooth.
I think the vascularity comes with just like
what's the low body fat,
the way that you are. I mean, that could be a factor, but a lot of it's just how you're built, right? Some people have different veins.
You got to be lean to show the veins.
Yeah.
You got to be lean to show the. I mean, we all have the same vascular system. Some might it might pop a little easier. Some of it's genetics, yes.
Right.
Depending on what you eat too, right?
But a lot of it is leanness.
Yeah.
A lot of it is leanness. Yeah. Oh, when I'm low carb, you rarely see my veins.
You're not gonna see
That's
too
another
much,
thing.
right?
Like, the veins don't pop as much when I'm low carb. Yes, we do have Spanish classes, Jocelyn. Can somebody post the Spanish YouTube pages in the chat? Post the Spanish YouTube pages in the chat. All right. In person, not in our United States schools. In our international schools, we do. Tijuana, I think, does TJ do Spanish classes? They might not.
TJ?
I think they're going to start doing Spanish classes.
I mean, we got
I know Ecuador. Well, Ecuador watches, but when we're there visiting in Ecuador, we do.
We do Spanish classes practically every day. So if you go to our page on the live, we do classes almost every day.
Yeah, but she was asking about in person.
Oh,
about in person.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something that we've looked into. I don't think any one school has enough people to warrant a live Spanish class.
Right.
So we haven't really done it. But we would have to see how logistically. I think that would be per school, and if it warrants it, that we would do something like that. Right. Hey, but I don't know how good it is. The new AirPod Pros are coming out, and they have language translation.
Finally.
That's crazy work.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Look,
talking about
that don't mean you're coming on a trip with us.
Come on, huh?
Because they're not going to understand you.
But I just got to understand so then
No, because you're not going to know what to say to them.
80% of communication is body language.
I mean, that's not wrong, but stop it. Get some
This
help.
guy.
Okay.
Your
Look at
body
this
language
guy.
is weird.
Damn
You know,
Oh my God.
That didn't work out. Pretty good, did it?
Backfired.
I would just stop. Just let him.
All right,
What?
let's get into the meat of the show.
Let him cook.
Y'all threw me off with the way we started with the memory lane and nostalgia. All right,
That was good, man. Sometimes you got to take it back, man.
we do it sometimes. I know sometimes people just go right in or whatever. You know, we
Pretty
chop
dynamic.
it up.
Yeah,
What did
we're
it say?
pretty
Remember the
dynamic
days
on
of mourning. Consider.
We chop it up. Yes, we do have in-person classes every Monday, right? In Phoenix. So we have Sabbath and we have every Monday. If you're located in Phoenix and you want to come check us out, reach out to us. You can reach out to us at iuic.phoenix@israelunite.org. Someone type that in, all right? And we can get you situated. You could come on in. We'll let you know the times. We call it Monday Night Law. The officers teach a Monday class. And they go over some deep basics of the scriptures, all right, of repentance and how we can change our lives. So the topic, don't call me Gentile, the lost tribes, the two sticks, and the color line, all right? So last time we spoke, like I said, from Samaria to the streets, okay? This is kind of a carry-on from that, some things that we missed. We'll probably go back a little bit and... for those who might have not seen the other class or who might be tuning in newer, we're going to talk about the history of the split again, just briefly. We're going to go into it briefly, and then we're going to bring out some different aspects of the scriptures to show how, even biblically, how the colorism, the division kind of got built up amongst our people, right? And it didn't start as colorism. It started as just a division of leaving the customs when you read about the split. And Southern Kingdom was vexed at Northern Kingdom, and then Northern Kingdom was envious of Southern Kingdom because of the way the Lord was dealing with them, but not looking at it as that at the time Southern Kingdom was maintaining, keeping the laws, right?
Yeah. Right.
Until Babylon came in and got them jacked up. we're going to talk about and go into the scriptures and show the real reason. It's not really about the colorism, because think about it this way. When you say that a light-skinned brother or sister is not Israel, where you have that in your mind, and you don't understand, first of all, the dynamics of how the differences in appearance happen, which we're going to run back El Blanqueamiento again to talk about that, because I think us in Northern Kingdom, when people come up and they try to get all like, oh, but how did you get like this? And, you know, how come your hair's straighter? And how come your skin is lighter? And how come your features are finer? They don't understand our captivity under the Spaniards.
Right.
And what really happened under that, right? They don't understand the history of the captivities starting from Assyria. Right. They don't understand how Joseph started by marrying somebody who wasn't an Israelite, and the whole process of all the years that we spent mingling and mixing with other nations, right? So if you think about it, even under the Roman captivity, many of us were not beholden to the scriptures, right?
Exactly.
And up until that point, even though Judah was carried away from Babylon into captivity, they did not mix that way. But the real change, the real progression in the whitening of Northern Kingdom, and that's just Northern Kingdom when we deal with this side of the earth, because you still got a lot of Northern Kingdom in Africa.
Right, in Africa, that's right.
There's still a remnant that stayed behind, right, in Africa. And they look Southern Kingdom.
Right.
But they're not. They're Northern Kingdom. But you have this side of the world. I think South America has like 440 million. You include Central and the Caribbean. Almost 1 billion people, probably, right?
Yep.
And that's just by their numbers, how they try to count, right? It's impossible to count everybody on the planet in a realistic fashion. So some of this is projections. Just on this side of the world, right? That are people that are Northern Kingdom. And it became skin tone because of el blanqueamiento. And what wound up happening is that is unique to our captivity in the sense of how it was purposely done to selectively try to breed out the indigenous and African features of us. And we're going to show a neat little explanation. She's going to speak with a very American accent. It's not going to sound, but her points, and it's like 3 minutes, I think, her points and how she explains it is very clear and concise. And you'll understand the main goal of el blanqueamiento was to remove indigenous and African traits and features from the people on this side of the earth.
So it's kind of like them chopping the nose off of the pyramids.
Yes, but it was their way. It's iconoclasm, but to people.
Genetically
we're breeding.
Iconoclasm.
Yes,
Damn.
right. Yes,
Okay.
which really falls under eugenics.
It is. That's right.
Because in a way, you're trying to kill the race.
Right.
Same thing they did to Gad when they said, kill the Indian, save the man.
Same thing.
Right? So the thing was like, all right, we probably don't have it in us to wipe them out. There's too many of them, right? To just totally wipe them out. And then that wouldn't be to our service, because then we wouldn't have the free or cheap labor.
Right.
So let's just try to whiten them. And one of the main distinctions, and I'm talking about in modern times, between Northern Kingdom captivity and Southern Kingdom captivity, is that this was encouraged under the conquistadors in Latin and Central America and the Caribbean, whereas it was frowned, although it was done in American colonial slavery, it was frowned upon. So it was done secretly. There was a lot of children that were had that are probably Edomite babies that they just never took claim to, right? Because we know they raped our sisters. Some of them were willingly laying down with wenches, right? But here, the el blanqueamiento is really the crux of understanding, because a lot of times, like, I just don't get it. I don't get it how they can be so, and I've gone over this in different ways. But if you want to put everything else out the window and look at that, that's going to be the big determinant. Now, the spiritual reason is really why it wound up becoming something that was more than skin tone. It was more than the shade, right? It became something about, the Bible says, what was dirty or unclean. And there became this animosity and this wedge that was driven between us, right? So we're going to go into the Good Samaritan parable, which why Christ was basically indicating in that parable what was really happening there, right? Because the Samaritan is dealing with Northern Kingdom, and he was trying to show how Southern Kingdom didn't have love for Northern Kingdom, right, during that time. And we're going to talk about Acts chapter 10 and 11, right, in brief,
stuff, yeah.
right? And then we're going to run back to Ezekiel 37, right, which we spoke about a little bit on the last show, but we didn't, right? And the prophecy of the two sticks, showing how the Most High is gathering his people back, whether you call yourself Black, Hispanic, or Native, right? But the one thing you got to think of is that when you say a light-skinned Northern, and listen, light-skinned, they might not be, just like a dark-skinned might not be Israel, right? Look at Lenny Kravitz, right? Bob Marley's dad, just to name a couple. There's more, right? Look at right, yeah. Look at Wentworth Miller, who
Wentworth Miller, for real.
He don't look Jude at all.
Oh, the guy from True Blood. The Joe Manganiello
right?
guy.
He's Northern Kingdom.
Yes.
Yeah, look at Wentworth Miller, right? Look, yeah, do that picture on the upper right.
Yeah. Yep, from Prison Break.
Yeah, he looked.
His father looks like Shaft.
Dang.
Wow, that's crazy work.
You would look at him and write him off.
Straight up.
You look at him and write him. Right. Hey, like the brothers in New York, they saw my nephew, my brother's son.
Right.
And they started going off on him, talking about that he was Edom.
Oh no!
Right? Damn. Mind you, he looked mad Ephraim.
Right.
He looked mad typical Ephraim.
That's crazy work.
And then I remember one of the officers was reaching out to me. He was like, "Yo, you know this guy?" They took a little video clip of him. He was pissed. He was flipping. He's like, "Yo, you judging me by appearance and stuff like that? This is what messes you guys up." He's like, "Yo, my uncle's Deacon Joshua." And they were like, "Oh snap!"
Yikes!
So they called me up to verify, and I was like, "Yeah, that's my nephew. That's my brother's son."
Right.
That's crazy.
They were like, "Oh,
dang."
I was like, "Damn, man."
In the nation.
Yep.
In the nation.
Right. And then you look at Bob Marley's dad, right?
Dang. He looked fresh off the plantation.
You know? So
Damn.
people be,
Claude,
you know.
have mercy.
Right.
Yeah, that's why Christ says judge not appearance.
But what you have to realize is when you say that Northern Kingdom is not Israel, or you have that doubt in your mind that Northern Kingdom is Israel, you're basically doing the same thing that Edom does to you when they say you're Gentiles.
Right.
That's right.
And you're calling us Gentiles. That's what the title is. Don't call me no Gentile. That's basically what you're saying, right? And we're going to talk about that.
Hey, Dick, you know what's funny about that, too? They might be Northern Kingdom, the same people that's saying that.
They might be. They might be.
That's the irony.
They might be. So I was joking with Deacon Haithan, I think the weekend before last. And I was talking with him, and I was talking to Captain Shemai and Captain Amaziah, some other brothers and captains, deacons were around. And I was telling them, I said, "Hey, man," I said, "Deacon Haithan, man, I know, I always say you the Northern Kingdom advocate, right?" He was one of the, because he lived in the Bronx, so, you know, him and Deacon Asaph were some of my early teachers, and, you know, he was always like really bringing out the Northern Kingdom stuff and building that history up. But I said, you know, a lot of you guys like to talk about, you know, Northern Kingdom and this, that, and the other. I said, but, you know, if you look at it biblically, man, I said, y'all didn't deal right with us. I said, yeah, we went off and didn't keep the laws, but I think y'all got to own the fact that y'all was always kind of messed up with us. I said, if you go all the way back to what they did to Joseph.
Bruh, that's spiritual.
Man.
See, that was symbolic.
Dang.
I said, y'all was always wild with us. I said, and you know, even Solomon wasn't great with us. I said, that's why when we went up, we were like, yo, deal with us nice. They're like, you know,
they said that for a reason.
Deal with us better. Right? Yeah.
Better than
went
your
up to
father.
Rehoboam and said, yo, deal better with us, right? Y'all was messing with us before the split.
That's true.
That's crazy work.
And I said, I think that's something that needs to be brought out and owned. It's not to excuse the way Northern Kingdom has that whitening mentality, right? But at least it gives you an understanding of where that comes from, right? Even though there might be modern cultural differences, and I've said this before, we have more in common than we don't, right? We're still one people.
That's right.
Based on what you see in the curses and what we've dealt with and how we've been dealt with as a people.
That's right.
All right. So let's look up the definition of colorism. All right. Let's look up the definition of colorism before we get into el Blanqueamiento. I'm kind of recapping the Samaritan to the Street show a little bit. And then we'll get into the newer content that we're going to bring out today, all right? And we'll get into the newer content that we're going to bring out today. See, it's good. I did the earlier segment, and it gave time for people to join the show.
Yeah. Now we had 367.
Right. But how many likes though? I don't.
Not
the
enough.
likes
Not enough. We got 254 likes.
No, we should have the same amount of likes as people in the room. We should have the same amount of likes as people in the room.
Come on, y'all.
All right.
Get them likes up.
Let's look up the definition of colorism. Let's read that.
Colorism. Prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group.
Right. So you have this thing of colorism, but here's what they don't tell you in that definition is that colorism also happens in reverse amongst our people.
Right.
Amongst our people, right? And what happens is you have this preference for lighter, right? But that came from somewhere.
Right.
It wasn't just a preference. That came from somewhere, right? That came from somewhere. And its most dramatic psychological impact happened during Spain's rule in this side of the earth, all right? Spain, Portugal, even the Dutch to some extent, right? And those things were so psychologically damaging that they permeate still till today.
Yeah,
right?
they were passed down.
They were passed down, and those beliefs are passed down. And then it creates and it's kind of perpetuated because America is one of the most racist countries in the whole world.
That's
right. And I'm not saying it's the only one that is, but it's very heavy over here.
Yeah. Very overt.
But everywhere in the world, you have this preferentialness for whiteness, and it's the way that Esau, the white man, went about dealing with this stuff, right? So really, the more neutral definition is colorism is prejudice or preference based on skin tone, right? Within the same ethnic or racial group, right? Within the same ethnic or racial group, right? Really, it's just a preference for skin tone.
Right.
The part that's not spoken about as much is the preference for the darker sometimes, and you write off the lighter, right? And it's so silly when you think about it on the surface that's what you're going to create division. But you got to realize it's spiritual. It runs deeper than that, right? So, right, in black communities even, like where they're all dark-skinned, even within there, just on tones. Lighter skins, sometimes associated with beauty, intelligence, desirability, right? And in Latino communities, you have preference for white passing features or Eurocentric beauty standards, right? So even amongst so-called black on black, there's a preference for lighter skin.
Of the same vein,
right?
What we're talking about.
And in Latino communities, there's a preference for white passing, right? They figure that's better, right? What really is at root here is those caste systems in colonial Latin America, right? Where they started to name us mestizos, mulattos, criollos, right? And then you have slavery's legacy in North America and the Caribbean. You have indoctrination of Eurocentric ideals, right? Remember when you were all into your African garb, right?
I remember.
And he'd be like, suits is Eurocentric, and he used to defend his.
Yeah, I was in the Benigni.
Right, he used to defend. I thought he was a chef. This hat that he was wearing. Thought him and his wife were pastry chefs. That picture was crazy, bro. Bro,
We're gonna leave that where it's at.
Oh, whoa.
we thought him and his wife were pastry chefs. I was like, oh snap, the way they was dressed. Right?
We're gonna leave that where it's at.
So you have indoctrination of Eurocentric ideals. That ain't even that bad though. It was worse. The stuff he wear is worse.
Bro, it was I remember it was orange and green.
It was tailored.
That's actually not bad.
was
The
all tailored.
orange kind of bump in there. Man, it was worse.
Tailored. It was tailored.
It was right, and that was his thing. He'd be like, his stuff was tailored, And look, there ain't nothing wrong with it, but it was like he was doing it based off of a different mindset, right?
Yes.
It wasn't like he just liked the style, right? Because clearly he haven't wore that stuff in ages, right? I know you were forced, huh?
No, I wasn't.
Did you do the
forced.
sign?
Damn.
What was the sign? We had the video
with the freaky Jesus thing.
No, the sign of the men that's abused and the men in the back.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
He was being abused.
Oh man,
he was being rude. He
We're
was
gonna leave
being
that- we're gonna
abused.
leave that
Right?
where it's
Yeah. Ruvain said Tracy Ellis Ross. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 5 years ago, it came out that who her real dad was. She's Amalek. She's Amalek. Tracy Ellis Ross. They thought it was Barry Gordy. You're right. But you have this indoctrination of Eurocentric ideals, right? And that's really where that comes from, right? It's the mind of the white man.
Yep.
That's where that comes from,
What
right?
it is.
and they've done it through religion. That's why we bang on religion. They say, "Oh, why does Christ's image matter?"
Mm-hmm.
It never mattered to you when they said he was white. You just accepted it as a blanket thing.
That's
Keep
it.
it moving.
And it was right.
Mhm.
White was right.
White was white.
That's it.
Right.
Deep.
And then we give a different perspective, and we try to open up your mind to show you biblically, right? And remember, they try to say it's racial idolatry, but racial idolatry, I brought that out on this show, is not about us idolizing the black. Racial idolatry is idolizing the white.
That's exactly right.
Racial. Can we look that up? Racial idolatry.
That's
It was an AI summary, and I think it spoke about it.
That's that Thessalonians. That's racial idolatry.
Right. Hold on. There was one that it said, okay. Race as a false god. Let's read it. Well, let's read it from the whole thing. Let's read the top. Racial idolatry.
Racial idolatry is the practice of prioritizing and exalting one's own race or the concept of race in general.
That's iconoclasm.
That's what Europeans, or what you call Europe, because they weren't even Europeans.
Right.
Yep.
Right. They're Caucasity. They're white man from the Caucasus Mountains.
Right.
All right. Go ahead. Come on.
Above one's highest moral or spiritual commitments.
Come on.
Primarily used in Christian theological discourse. It frames racism as a spiritual issue where the social construct of race becomes a false god.
And what the irony,
right,
that it being Christian theological discourse, when that falls under the Eurocentric ideology,
Right.
and the white supremacist ideology. That's why when we say, we're not saying that out of feelings when we say Christianity is a white supremacist religion.
Right. This is
Facts. It's facts.
It
And
is.
well documented facts.
It is well documented facts, and how they spread it, and by the means that they spread it, right? You read that in First Maccabees. Let's get that 3:48,
3:48.
right?
Yep, that's right.
And that's talking about the Greeks.
Yep.
Read 1 first, where it talks about Alexander, so we know that it's talking about the Greeks, and then jump to 3:48.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse.
Mejorando la raza. We're going to get to that. That's what el blanqueamiento is called. Mejorando la raza. And that's what it means when you seek that white ideal, the whitening of the race. It's called bettering the race.
Bettering the race.
If that ain't racial idolatry,
crazy.
I don't know what is. Right? But go ahead.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And it happened after that, Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, and had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece.
Right, the first over Greece. It's talking about the Greeks, right? Now, jump to verse 3 and 48.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 48. And laid open the book of the law.
If this is racial idolatry, go ahead, come on.
Wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
Which heathen? The Greeks dealing with the white man, okay? And what he wanted to do, the book of the law is dealing with the Bible.
Right.
If they were white and the Hebrews were white and the forefathers were white, why would they need to paint their images in the book of the law?
There you go. There you go. I'll let you know right there.
They ain't an apologist on earth that can explain that.
Yeah, explain it.
That is a beautiful argument.
I mean, just
that's
that
a great point,
the
though.
simplicity in
there
Christ.
Go. Yeah, there go the iconoclasm. Can you put that up?
Right.
Put that up.
Right.
That's what
the
they did.
iconoclasm. That's the iconoclasm, right? That's the iconoclasm.
Dang, Dick, can you say that one more time? That was some heavy stuff. Because, just please say it again. In regards to what you said.
Read the verse and then I'll say it again.
Yo.
First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 48. And laid open the book of the law.
This is the Greeks. Go ahead, come on.
Wherein
the white man Greeks. Go ahead, come on.
The heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
If the Jews are white, if the forefathers are white, if the Hebrews are white, then why did other white people need to paint their likeness in the book?
Right. So they whitewash the white images. That don't make no sense.
It don't make no sense.
If it was already their likeness.
If it was already their likeness,
had to paint.
Right.
They would not have had to paint the likeness.
That's a heavy statement.
It's heavy.
Hey, D, this goes with Thessalonians. Can we read that real quick?
Yeah. Sure.
Chapter 2. Second
2
Thessalonians 2. Yeah, 2 and 4. Yep. That's it. This goes into the racial idolatry because it says there prioritizing and exalting one's own race. It mentions Christianity. It mentions a false god. Right? Go ahead.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 4. Who oppose
So
it
this particular man opposeth, is against, go ahead.
and exalted
And he exalteth himself.
above all that is called God.
And he does this in many and various ways. One, starting with whitewashing all the images that we've had, which were black prior, which is why they had to whitewash them, like you just said, by teaching a doctrine that is contrary to what we read in the scriptures. Go ahead.
Or that is worship.
Right, go ahead.
So that he as God.
So that he as God, not the true God, but he paints himself as God, right? Go ahead.
Sitteth in the temple of God.
You see him in all the different temples. Look, just like you see right there in the images, you see him all across the United States, Central South America. When we go out the country deep, we see these images all around in the temples. He puts himself in the temples. Go ahead.
Showing himself that he is God.
Racial idolatry.
Right. That's racial
it.
idolatry.
That's them.
That's
Look at
it
that.
right there.
The creation.
Then they didn't
Wow.
even give you a bomb on that.
It's crazy.
They be hating.
That's
They
how
be
they
hating
be
back
now
there.
these days.
It's all right, man. When we get the new setup, boy, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
You
push
gonna be
the
like-
charge of
you
the
gonna be the
button.
man?
I'm
You
gonna
gonna
push
be
the
the guy?
button.
That's what I'm talking
I'm gonna push the button.
Let's go.
I'm gonna push the button. Go back to racial idolatry. Put it up there. Come on.
And they said that would be great on Biblical Smoke.
All right. So primarily used. Start from there.
Primarily used in Christian theological discourse. It frames racism as a spiritual issue, where the social construct of race becomes a false god.
And it's and again the irony of it, because Christianity has pushed a false Christ, a false God. They push false people who are imposters that say they are Jews and are not.
Right.
And do lie.
And yet this is discourse.
Right. You always say, I'm not what you say I am.
You are what you I'm not what you think I am.
Right.
You are what you
Say I am.
say I am.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. So let's look at some of these core concepts. Come on.
Elevation of racial identity. Racial idolatry can take the form of overt supremacy, where one
No, race as a false god. Where are you?
race is a false god. In this view, when individuals or societies build their identity around race,
Like the Christian faith. Go ahead, come on.
it becomes an ultimate source of value and meaning, displacing religious faith or fundamental ethical
And
principles.
we witness that in daily discourse whenever we bring out what the Bible says as far as how Christ looked, how the Hebrews looked, and their characteristics.
Right.
People will fight it tooth and nail. Not everybody, but the ones that do fight it tooth and nail. All right. They hold on to that thing
And can't
as if
prove
it's
it.
their own and can't prove it. And cannot prove it.
Right.
Right. Go ahead. Come on.
Elevation of racial identity. Racial idolatry can take the form of overt supremacy,
Right. Meaning obvious supremacy. Go ahead. Come on.
where one's race is deemed superior.
So supremacy, white supremacy,
Right.
they believe they are the superior race.
Yep.
I mean, I'm telling you, I never ceases to amaze me in discourse when I see the comments of what they say. There was one, I gotta send the pictures of it. There was one, and I wish I had the what it was saying, but it was saying something to the effect of how, like, if you leave Africa, like if everybody would leave, like Africa was purposely, we know this, but they deny. Africa was purposely, just like much like Central and South America, exploited for resources, right? There's another thing that we share in common, right? Exploited for resources and suppressed for so long that we were never able to flourish, right? And they frame us as uncivilized, less so. When we did the Monroe Doctrine class, there was a term that they used, and I can't remember, but it was something about them being able to come in. It was something like basically alluding to that we were savages. Yeah, I'm gonna post these pictures in the topic content. I want you to see some of the comments they have to say about black people. And I was trying to look for the original post, but I lost it. But I had screenshotted some comments, right? All right, let's pull that up. So remember, the context was, it was saying something about like if they leave us to Africa, we're gonna basically surpass them. Right. Because of the resources that we have. Right. So this was their response. This is it. The racial idolatry comes from them. The supremacist mentality comes from them.
Right.
Read this.
The culture that makes the most children wins the future of humanity.
So, because remember, that's a hot button topic amongst white people now.
Yeah.
Is they talk about how birth rates are down. But what they're really talking about is birth rates like in Europe and things like that
Yeah.
of the white race,
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
They may not, some openly say it, some don't, but that's what they're really speaking about. Elon Musk is big on it too,
Yep,
right?
very
Go ahead,
big.
come on.
Of humanity, because that is the culture.
Y'all got to move that picture.
Yeah,
in
I
picture.
can't see it.
Thank you.
That is the culture that produces the most votes in elections, the most manpower for building, and the most brains for creating solutions to the problems humanity faces. Except, well, the AI boom is promising to solve all of these problems with few, if any, humans within the next 100 years. Randy Smith, not if the culture doesn't plan or build.
Right, go ahead. So this is all little racist talk. Go ahead, come on.
Not when they are murdering each
They're
other.
talking about black people. Go ahead, come on.
Right.
To be fair, China, USA, Russia, and most first world nations have entire agencies dedicated to ruining a country from within. I think we cause a lot of this madness.
Come on.
Randy Smith, there are no solutions for anything in Africa. They still live in mud huts and use
That
spears.
could be the furthest
That
from
is
the
the
truth.
most racist thing.
Right.
That sound
I'm
like
not going to say I've ever read because I've seen worse.
That sound like
yeah,
shithole
yeah.
country.
Right.
That sounds like shithole country. That's what Trump was saying, shithole country. Talk about somebody who's never been anywhere.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
That his presumption is that they live in mud huts and use space. Are there some tribes that still choose to live that way? Sure.
Right.
That is not the whole of the majority of Africa.
Right.
Dig it.
Not
A lot of them
by
are
any
Hamites
measure.
anyways.
They got technological advancement over there in Africa. They making fuel out of air and all
Right.
kind of crazy
Because they
stuff.
were saying the birth rates in Africa are not down. Right.
Right.
But go ahead, come on.
At the top.
Right here, no abortion in Africa.
No abortion in Africa.
And I wish I remember exactly what it was, but it was saying that a lot of things that African, I think by extension, they were saying like Central and South American countries as well. But look at what this guy has to say too, right?
Randy Smith, yeah, Africans can't do any of that.
They're saying that no, there's no way that we have the capability to come up in the world. Go ahead, come on.
They'd still be living in stick huts if Africa was never discovered.
Couldn't be further from the truth.
Guy's an idiot.
You're
Ignorant.
an idiot.
Yep. Go ahead, come on.
They'll just be shipped out by globalists to other countries to create chaos because that's what they do best.
He don't even regard his own race and what they've done.
Come on.
Look up how many empires.
So this guy's defending. He was like, bro, you're out of your damn mind. Go
right.
ahead, come
Oh,
on.
now he's
Look
okay.
up how many empires they had. Europe's were just bigger and flashy.
Right, letting you know so he's saying, bro, you're speaking ignorantly.
Yeah.
They
I mean,
they have
Egypt was
power,
like-
right?
They was lit back in
And
the
there
day.
was so many more, man. I was in a rush and I just lost the whole thing and I couldn't. And it was, I said, oh my goodness.
Right.
And it was worse. It was far worse. This was just a couple that I grabbed. Go back to racial idolatry. And listen, this was one about Africa. They talk the same way about Northern Kingdom in Central South America
Yep,
too,
yep.
right? So elevation of racial identity. Read that again.
Elevation of racial identity. Racial idolatry can take the form of overt supremacy, where one's race is deemed superior. But it also includes any instance where one's racial identity is prioritized over universal principles, such as justice or human dignity.
This is what they have done and continue to do till this day.
Right.
Go ahead, come on.
Perversion of values. This idolatry perverts foundational human values, leading to ethnic pride, hatred, favoritism, and oppression. The focus on
So notice, we have no power to oppress the white man.
right.
Right.
Anyone.
anybody.
We have no power to oppress anybody.
Yeah.
So racial idolatry has nothing to do with us.
Right.
By definition, we cannot be racially idolatrous. Go ahead, come on.
The focus on racial identity blinds people to the biblical principle that all people are created in the image of God.
Yeah, all people are created by God, but not in the image of God.
That's Right.
Subtle play on words.
That's the confusion. That's where they get it lost, right? Bishop brought that out recently in a class in Genesis. It was only Adam that was made in the image of God. And that's why there's the sons of God and the sons of men. There is a difference. There is a distinction, right? Let's read that in 2nd Ezra 6, right? 54, I think we start at. Let's read that out. Let's read that out.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. Of him come we all.
Of him come we all. Go ahead, come on.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
And the people who has chosen. Go ahead, come on.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sake.
For the sons of God. Go ahead, come on.
As for the other people.
As for the other people.
That's the other
As
nations.
for the other people. Those other nations. Go ahead, come on.
Which also come of Adam.
They also come of Adam, but not in the same way that Adam was created. Go ahead, come on.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
They are nothing.
Oh my Jesus,
Go ahead,
that's
come on.
Bible.
But be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
That's
my
Bible.
goodness.
That's
Wow.
Bible. That's what Bible says. They didn't that verse?
No, that's
Nope.
that verse.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
but we
it.
got
That's
more.
it.
That was
Go ahead,
God
go ahead.
speaking.
And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing,
Come on.
Always had the reputation of being spittle.
Come on.
have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
Right.
And
roll
that's
that
what
up.
that
Why?
is
Don't
right
roll
there.
down. Don't roll down.
That's what
because
that
it
is right
says
there.
it says that the Bible's principle that all people are created in the image of God. That's not
No,
true.
the other people.
The other people. It talks about the other people. Right. So now
that next verse.
the concept of racial idolatry. Come on.
The concept of racial idolatry is applied to various forms of racism and racialized thinking, including white supremacy. This is often cited as a prime example.
So by definition, racial idolatry's prime example is white supremacy. Go ahead. Come on.
A prime example where the whiteness of a person or group is elevated to the highest value.
And the highest value is what we read in Thessalonians. They sit in there as if they are God. They've made themselves to be God, and they made themselves to be Christ. Go ahead, come on.
Highest value, justifying systemic injustice and violence against people of color.
Right.
Sure do.
Justified. Go ahead, come on.
Ethnic pride. This includes a subtle sin where people feel a sense of superiority about their own racial group, which is often accompanied by condescending view of others.
Right. Now, it's only condescending if the Bible doesn't say it. And what we just read in the Bible
break it out.
supports what we're saying.
Exactly.
So when we say that the Israelites, and the Bible backs that up, are dark-skinned, right? They were dark-skinned people, right? We know now they're a speckled bird. When we say blacks, Hispanics, natives, those who meet the curses and are scattered, are the people of the book. And God said the promises are for us and nobody else, just like we just read. That, by definition, cannot be racial idolatry under the Christian discourse of racial idolatry, because that's what God says. If you say anything outside of that, then that becomes racial idolatry. You see how easy and simple that is to understand?
The simplicity in Christ.
How easy and simple it is to understand, right? So that favoritism, those type of things, that deals with white supremacy, right? We don't need to read the rest because it's just going to go on and on and on about that, right? As long as biblically, that's what God says, it's all right.
Right.
So the thought of racial idolatry is something totally different, and it stems from them not understanding the scriptures. What were you going to bring up?
Can we get rejection of others?
Sure.
Read that.
Rejection of others.
Because it goes back into what God says in the Bible as opposed to what they say in racial idolatry. Watch this.
It is considered racial idolatry when someone's love for their own race or another race is so great that it leads them to reject or condemn individuals from different groups, such as by prohibiting interracial marriage.
But the Bible does prohibit it.
Exactly.
So what exactly is going on in it? But look at what the response says. Let me show you the hypocrisy.
Response to racial idolatry. Scroll up. From a theological perspective, the antidote to racial idolatry is finding one's ultimate identity in Christ rather than in race.
That's why we bring out Revelation 1:14.
Right.
That's why we bring out Daniel 10. That's why we bring out Daniel 9.
Yep.
That's why the one where it says Ancient of Days.
It's
Daniel 7.
Yeah,
7 and 9.
Yeah, 7 and 9.
I flip.
7 and
I'm thinking
9,
9 and 7, 7 and 9. Right? So the antidote to racial idolatry is finding one's ultimate identity in Christ rather than race.
Yeah, right.
Now the way they perceive that is that if you just, that's why Christ Christ, there are the argument is that he's multi-colors,
He's olive.
That's why they don't want him to have a father, right?
That's right.
Because Christ had an identity.
That's right.
Yes.
He had a race,
Christ
nationality.
had
Yes.
an identity.
He had
Can
a
we
race.
get that? Let's read Matthew 1,
Yes.
1 and 2, and then jump to 21.
The book of Matthew, chapter 1 and verse 2.
So we're going to find our ultimate identity in Christ.
You want to start at 1?
Start at 1.
Verse 1. The book of the generation of Jesus Christ.
Right, the generation meaning the genealogy of Christ. Go ahead, come on.
The son of David, the son of Abraham.
So if you want to find your ultimate identity in Christ, and they say rather than race,
Right. Come on.
Come on.
Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob.
Come on.
And Jacob begat Judas and his brethren.
Right, which are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
Judah and his
is us.
brethren.
Right.
Jump to 21.
Verse 21, and she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people
His people
from their sin.
from their sins. Our ultimate identity is in Christ.
Bring it out.
He's possessive, his people. This thing is not hard, but their racial idolatrous ways, that colorism, right? All this type of stuff is stuck in their head, and they can't escape it.
Well, they started off talking about Christ's race, his lineage. They started off talking about that.
Yes.
One more for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 2, and verse 6. And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah. For out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel.
Oh my gosh. That just made my teeth so
My
white.
people Israel. My people Israel. And we can go on and on and
Yes,
on and on.
it's there.
There's so
It's
many
there.
scriptures.
Yeah.
It's there. It's there. But what wound up happening amongst us, right? Let's go to it in brief. Let's go to 1 Kings 12 and 19. I'm going to try to keep this moving briskly.
Briskly, I like that.
Briskly.
Briskly.
All right. I'm going to try to keep this moving briskly. 1 Kings 12 and 19. This is in summation, right?
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 12, and verse 19.
I went over this so if you want to go back and you want to read in more detail, for the sake of time, I'm not doing it. You could go back from the show about 2 months ago, from Samaria to the streets, and we did the first half of this. I'm just recapping a little bit and kind of layering some more context, right? Go ahead, come on.
So Israel rebelled against the house of David unto this day.
Israel was northern kingdom. In this particular case, sometimes Israel is all Israel, right? There's different ways that it's referred to in the scriptures. There's some different nuances. In this particular case, it's saying, so Israel, meaning the northern tribes, what we know as the northern kingdom tribes, all right, rebelled against the house of David unto this day. Go ahead, come on.
And it came to pass, when all Israel heard that Jeroboam was come again, that they sent and called him unto the congregation, and made him king over all Israel.
And that's why they said there's a northern kingdom and a southern kingdom. This is where the split of the kingdoms wound up happening. We're only reading to verse 20. Where we at?
This
Verse
is
20.
20.
Okay, are we done in 20?
No.
Go ahead, come on.
There was none that followed the house of David, but the tribe of Judah
But
only.
the tribe of Judah only. And then you
Judah
read
and
later Judah with Benjamin and Levi, right? Because we kicked out all the Levites.
Yeah.
Right? We kicked out all the Levites. Jeroboam kicked out all the Levites. They didn't want to do. So southern kingdom, Judah and Benjamin retained the capital at Jerusalem, northern kingdom. That point was remaining 10 tribes, right? It became 9, all right? Led by Jeroboam, broke away and worshipped in Samaria and Dan, all right?
And Nick, this is the history that Christians don't understand, and which is why they're so
If
confused.
you remember this, the whole Bible now makes sense.
Oh my God,
And
so
you
much
don't
easier.
have to stretch it to believe that it's so the reason I went to this in summary is that when we read these next verses, as you jump to the New Testament and when we get into Acts 10, and then when we review Ezekiel 37, you need to understand it from the context of the split of the kingdoms. That's the context. Without that context,
You lost in the sauce.
You not just that. You make it whatever you want.
Dang, you just add your own. You try to puzzle things together, fit your own little doctrine in there.
Yes.
Heresy.
That's why there's so many denominations in Christianity.
Yes, 45,000 some odd denominations of Christianity.
Oh my Jesus.
45,000 some odd denominations of Christianity. Oh, man.
Shoot.
Right. So remember this. This is the summary of it. But if you want to read the whole history, you can even start like from chapter 11.
Yeah, that's
and
where
it's
it
a good
starts.
it's a good segue in, and you could read a few verses after that. And it's just They teach you the American history. They teach you how the Pilgrims came and all this other stuff. And yet we're not so versed in this.
That's crazy.
I have to start drilling this into my children as well so that they understand when they read the context of the scriptures.
Right.
This is why no Christian can gainsay us, because we understand no matter what they try to interpret. Because they say we interpret. What they try to interpret doesn't have this context, so can never be.
Right.
And this is why I don't argue with these dummies. I don't have to prove to you that we're the Israelites. The Bible proves that itself. What you need to do is show me in the scriptures, why is it that it should be automatically assumed that Christ is white, that the Jews are white?
Right. Prove it.
Prove it. And they cannot prove it with scriptures.
Right.
They cannot prove it with scriptures. And you cannot prove that Christ is for all people when you have this context.
No, you're going to get stumped. So all it takes is 2 chapters, 1 Kings 11, 1 Kings 12, and that should give you a good basis.
And then when you read anything else that pertains to promises and redemption of a lost people,
right? Redemption,
and it talks about renewing, restoring, and all of that.
Restore,
rebuild,
It is not that kind.
Reconcile.
Even if you're not so versed in your studies yet that you can precept those verses correctly. All you have to do is understand. That's why. So when you go and you read Matthew 1:21, without this, you say his people's the whole world, because that's what they taught you. But it doesn't make sense, not even in Matthew, because when you start from 1, it gives this whole genealogy. You ask a Christian, what was Jesus? They'll say he was a Jew. So then how the hell does it always to everybody else now?
Right.
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense. Their logic, their rationale doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So you need to understand the split, the division of Israel. And once you understand that, then you know what's being spoken of. And if you want to read more, then you read more of that history and you realize the animosity that grew between them. And it became that wedge, right? This is why when you get, is it Isaiah 40 about the vexing and the 44?
Isaiah 11, huh?
11 and 44? Is it around there?
No,
14.
11 and 13.
I always get this one confused.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 13.
Thank you.
The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
Right. So this is what the scripture says. And when we come back together, that shouldn't happen. Letting you know that what? That we had this amongst us.
Right.
This is why when you get to the New Testament, this is where the animosity is, right? So remember these points, right? Remember these points, okay? Now, let's go over briefly some New Testament evidence of reunification, right? This is the part where spiritually you have to put that behind and realize that the reunification was between Israel, right? Was between Israel. Let's go to John 4 and 5. And we'll jump around because, again, I'm rehashing and I want to get to the newer stuff, which is going to be primarily focused on Acts 10. And it's not going to take long to go through Acts 10 and 11 or Ezekiel 37. But I'm just trying to kind of backfill it because I didn't finish it last time and I want to finish it this time, right? John 4, and let's start at 5.
The book of St. John, chapter 4 and verse 5. Then cometh he to a city of Samaria, which is called Sychar, near to the parcel of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Now Jacob's well was there.
Jacob's well. This is the ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph, letting you know that in Samaria it's talking about northern kingdom, right? Go ahead, come on.
Jesus therefore, being wearied with his journey, sat thus on the well, and it was about the 6th hour. There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water.
Which means she's a descendant of Joseph.
Right.
Right? This is why. Why would the Bible randomly put such precise location information for you?
Right.
If they didn't want you to know who it was and what the context was.
And whose well it was.
Right. And I was talking with the deacons, and you know, we got to spend, it was under sad circumstances, but we got to spend some time together and we were chopping it up. And we were talking about how Matthew, Mark, and Luke are kind of all the same. We've said this before, just different perspectives.
Yeah.
John is unique in the Gospels that it doesn't mirror Matthew, Mark, and Luke.
Right.
Even the way
John really talks about driving home the point that Christ is only for Israel. So ironically, the most famous scripture in the Bible in Christianity comes out of John. But John 3:16 was trying to show you how much Christ is for his people.
Right.
People.
Damn. Because when you read John 3 in its entirety from the beginning, right? And I've done this, I do this breakdown a lot when we travel in Spanish.
Yeah.
And I don't do it so much the traditional way. I tend to start from the beginning of the chapter because I explain the context so people can then understand it, and then I'll precept it with what happened with the serpent in the wilderness, and then I'll go into the world and who the world is and all of that
just
stuff.
to build it up. That's right.
Just to build it up. Because if you just go to the precepts to people, they're just going to say you're just confusing.
Yeah, why are you going around?
Right. This is what it is to give the sense and read distinctly, right? You have to be able to break that down to that level of detail. Sometimes it's not always. Sometimes you're in the heat of the moment on the street teaching, and you just give your things. But a lot of times when we have a forum with a show or it's a good interaction that might be happening in the street, I'll take the time to go a little further to explain that detail. But John very heavily goes into that, right? Because what do you find there as far as these scriptures? Look at John 3, like I just spoke about. Look at John 4, which we're going over now. Look at John 17, right?
John 18. Look
at John 18. Look at oh gosh, where's the other one that I was just thinking and I lost it? John 7:35.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Straight up.
Right. All of John reinforces the reunification of Israel.
Damn, John 11.
John 5:46.
Other people I have. And
yes.
John 10. Other people I have which are not of
the
this
whole
world.
book of John is about the reunification.
I didn't see it like that. Wow. Yeah.
So whereas Matthew, Mark, and Luke covers broadly Christ's ministry,
right,
and even that summation, because the Bible tells us you cannot fill the books of everything Christ did, right? John takes a different approach and hones in on that. And in that way, John is very unique of all the Gospels, right? Now, let's go back to John 4.
The book of St. John, chapter 4 and verse 6. Now Jacob's well was there. Jesus, therefore, being wearied with his journey, sat thus on the well. And it was about the 6th hour. There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Jesus saith unto her, Give me to drink. For his disciples were gone away into the city to buy meat. Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, How is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria?
Right, letting you know what? She's telling you, we have this beef, like Isaiah 11:13, right? Go ahead, come on.
Verse 9, Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, How is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans.
Right, for the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans.
Based off what we just read.
Known, based off what we read. You might get upgraded Christians that understand why there's no dealings, but most lay Christians will think the Samaritan is the other nation.
That's it.
Right.
That's
because how the Assyrians brought people in, right? Now, I'm not going to cover that today. I've gone over that before, where we've explained how the remnant, remember, Assyria sent our people back to show the other people how to, right? So, and she's going to solidify it more as we continue reading that she's not from another nation, right? Because you have some lay Christians that, first of all, they won't know why there's a division. Right, most don't, and the ones that do then try to say that the Samaritan woman was other nations. Right, I had somebody in the comments one time when I went over this another time bring this out, and we cut and sliced and diced that up. Right, but go ahead, keep reading. She's gonna confirm even more that she's an Israelite. Go ahead, come on.
Verse 10, Jesus answered and said unto her, If thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that saith to thee, Give me to drink, thou wouldst have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water.
Come on.
The woman saith unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water?
Come on.
Art thou greater than our father Jacob?
Letting you know that, right? Because Jew always meant short for Judah.
Right.
In modern times, Jew has become known. It's not a biblical thing.
Right.
It has become known synonymously with it's replaced Israelite.
Yes.
Essentially.
That's it.
So it's synonymous with the Hebrews, right? So when she says, it clearly said that he's a Jew, and she said the Jews have no dealing with us, and then she says our father, but she's a Samaritan.
Right.
So what does that mean? Right? We are one people, right?
Lineage.
Our father Jacob.
I mean,
She's
we
talking
can't get
about
any simpler
lineage,
than that.
right?
Yeah, it's very simple.
No, it's extremely simple. It's extremely simple. And that's the Occam's razor thing,
Right.
right? Where the
simplest
the
answer.
simplest answer is usually the correct one.
Right.
And their answer is not simple because it's predicated on racial idolatry.
Right.
Yep.
They got to add their own stuff, which makes
Yeah.
it more complicated.
And they can't prove it in the scriptures. They cannot, which is why their tactic is never to explain the verses that we say to bring out.
exactly.
They try to look for, it's like a kata. Their thing is they find a verse that maybe a brother might have struggled with in the moment.
Yeah.
Another group might struggle to explain it.
You're
and
right.
Then they put out the alert and the memorandum.
Everybody use this.
Everybody use
Yes.
this.
Yep.
This'll get them.
As if one verse invalidates all the other supporting
Right.
verses.
Stop
Right,
the cap.
right.
But that's not going to happen with brothers who are well versed in IUIC.
Right.
You're
At all.
not going to
Zero.
confound us.
Yeah.
You're
Hasn't
not going to
happened yet.
confound us, right? No, there's some brothers that have been caught flat-footed.
Well, I'm saying,
got video
I'm
of
talking
it.
about the leaders who are learned. I'm talking about them.
Yes. They're not going to be able to. So what they do is they won't stay on that. They'll try to go to those. If you notice, whenever they put up their videos, they just shout out. And somebody who's unlearned with us thinks we're just shouting out scriptures. We bring supporting scriptures.
Right.
They'll just hang on things. Like years back, they would bring out the one in Acts about is it Agrippa?
Okay.
And how Paul was trying to say, I would thou that all or whatever, or
Yep.
right. And they were trying to use that to explain. See,
Everybody can repent.
everybody
Wow.
could repent.
Wow. Wow.
And that
Stuff like
permeated
that.
for a while, right?
Yeah.
Now there's another one that they just recently brought out. There's another one in Revelation that they tried to. Oh, it's Revelation 5 is the new one.
Really?
Where because remember they used to go to 7 and 10 to say all nations.
Yeah, 5 has it too.
But then 5 says it, and they try to say, but if
But-
all you got to do is read up and after, and you know
But
it's still
5
talking
is
about
worse
Israel.
because it says redeem them.
Yes.
Redeem.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
Bruh.
But they caught a camp that couldn't
Oh, okay.
defend
Oh,
that.
they got
So now that's their new one that they're trying to. So be
wow.
on the lookout. They're gonna
Wow.
come to you and try to
Yeah.
hem you up with
Yep.
Revelation 5.
Get them
right?
studies up.
And it's not that hard.
It's
It's
not.
just that in the moment, let's season
yeah,
brother might get a little.
That's
Yeah,
what
it might
it
get a
is.
little
That's
jittery.
what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is why largely we don't deal with them anyway, because we
Yeah.
know it doesn't go anywhere, right?
Right.
Like
It's
just-
unprofitable.
right? Because we don't need to defend the gospel just for the sake of defending the gospel. Our goal is to edify and exhort and convince the gainsayers, right? Like you read in Titus. They're not there for edification. You're not going to convince them. Their whole purpose is to come out and get views off our name.
That's what
Right.
it is.
Under
yeah.
the guise of defending the
To take,
gospel.
take the word.
Because if it was just defending the gospel, then why do they come out and put sensational titles of the camps that they went against?
Right.
They know that the most views that they get is that drama.
That's it.
Yes, with
The
our name
very
in the
rare
tag.
times that they go against Islam or Jehovah Witness or Mormons, they get no views on that.
They don't.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
The spice, the juiciness is
That
when they
comes
come
from us.
against us.
Yep.
That's
with the
them
salt
that
in it.
teach
And
Christ
they know
for
that. They know that that's what
Yes.
gets their views.
Yes.
So it's a dopaminergic hit that they're
A
seeking.
dopaminergic hit.
Yes.
Now what it is.
It's the dopamine hit. They looking for the dopamine hit.
They always try to get at us at camp here, man.
Right.
Shoot.
They always get cooked though.
Right.
They come
Always.
to the front.
So let's
door
come
now.
back. Let's read this verse again.
Oh damn.
The
Did
book
you have
of-
to say something?
I was going to say something. With John 4:12, when she said, our father Jacob, when we read Matthew 1, that was literally Jacob's name was there. Right
Yes.
at the
Yeah,
beginning.
right in the
Yeah.
beginning,
So
verse 2.
she's referencing the same
Yes.
lineage in Matthew.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And I tell you, a lot of times when I go on these trips and I go on these shows, this last one was a little different because of all the tension in Israel. I spent almost a whole week
that was
going in
some good
Iran and Amalek and being the Jewish as imposters because the questions kind of geared it towards that. And it gave them it was an opportunity to go over prophetic things and show them how it was being fulfilled today. And they were floored. They were amazed because nobody's been able to show them that.
At all.
Nobody's able. The most a Christian's going to do is say wars and rumors of war. That's what you're seeing.
Deacon, what the heaviest thing about it is every time we go to Central America, South America, whatever country, we men because we've been gifted by the gift of the Holy Ghost, are the only ones in that country able to bring out the things that we're bringing out.
Yeah.
So when you're on the radio waves and all that, they've never heard this before. This is some, this is extravagant stuff
up.
that they've never gotten in their whole life, bro.
Right.
Ever.
Yo, it's a heavy thing to think about, though. That power that you have through Christ. You understand?
Right.
It's heavy, man.
Jaziel says, should we bother responding to? Y'all can. That's good engagement. I think y'all should, especially when it's on the IUIC Phoenix page, Jaziel. Oh, Yaziel. Yaziel. You just change it to a Y if you want us to pronounce it that way, bro.
Yeah, for real. Just change it to a Y.
Right. Yas. Hell yeah, Yas. Get in the comments with them, bro.
Yes.
Get in the comments with them. Get in the comments with them. I'm not going to necessarily go back and forth a lot of the times.
You haven't done a rant in a while, and we're trying to be keeping you on target.
I'm trying to stay on target with the class, right? All right, so read 12 again.
The book of John, chapter 4, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well and drank thereof himself?
Right.
And
go ahead, come on.
And his children and his cattle.
Right. So there you go, showing reunification. I want to go through this because I want to try to finish no later than 10:15. I'm gonna keep it to the 3-hour mark, and that's it. All right. Jump to verse 39, though. I didn't have this written down, right?
Verse 39.
Because later, as you read on, it says that she went and she told everybody.
Right.
And she said, "Yo, this is the Messiah." Right? How does she know that?
Right.
Prophecy.
And why would she call him the Messiah? Anybody who wasn't us always called him an imposter, whatever it is, this, that, and the other.
Son of, yep.
Right. She went and said, "This is the Messiah," letting you know that she understood the prophecy. She understood what was to come. Right. Read 39 because it wasn't just her. Go ahead.
Verse 39. And many of the Samaritans of that city believed on him for the saying of the woman.
For what she said. She went out and started talking, right? Letting
Marking.
you know what? She wasn't doing camp, but sisters can spread the word too. Right? Go ahead, come on.
Which testified, he told me all that ever I did.
Right. She shared her experience. So what that shows you is sisters don't teach, but they can testify.
Right.
And there's a difference, right? So that's what we say, if a sister want to carry a flyer and give it out, but she shouldn't be out there on the streets.
Hold on, brother.
Right. Exactly. Go ahead, come on.
So when the Samaritans were come unto him, they besought him.
So not only did he teach her, he stayed there for a couple days
He
and taught them, right? Now, he knew that it was going to be after that they would increase and come together. And then when we get to Acts 10 and Romans 9 and Paul's ministry, and you'll understand. But he touched on it as an example. Because remember, at this point, the disciples came back and were astonished that he was dealing with her. Right?
Yeah,
This is the part that I didn't read for the sake of time, right? But go ahead, come on.
They besought him that he would tarry with them, and he abode there 2 days.
So he stayed there 2 days. Teaching. And they besought him that they would stay, right? And he sought there 2 days. And what happened?
And many more believed because of his own word.
Of the northern kingdom. Remember, she said, our father Joseph of Ephraim. There was a remnant that stayed behind. There was a remnant that stayed behind. And there, Yoruba and some of the other, we got a deeper breakdown now with the new signs for that hemisphere.
For that hemisphere chart.
So that you can see that there's still remnants of northern kingdom over there, right? Because a lot of times, up until all this time, we haven't acknowledged them over there either, right?
This is true.
You had a mass exodus of them over here, like you read in 2 Ezra 13, right? So we know that there's a large portion of them here, but there's also a remnant over there. There's also a remnant over there, right? But go ahead, come on.
And said unto the woman, now we believe, not because of thy saying, for we have heard him ourselves, and know that this is indeed the Christ, the Savior of the world.
The world.
That's another one for world to let you know that it's concerning to Israel.
Right. Because here he's speaking to the Samaritan woman, right, who is Ephraim, right? Then they believe on his word. Then they say, this is the man that is the Savior of the world. He wasn't speaking to no Edomites in that context. No Ammonites in that context. No Gerbashites.
No
It was the Samaritans.
No Amalekites or Ammonites or Moabites.
Moabites, all of the mites.
Right?
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, come on.
Verse 43. Now after 2 days.
So he stayed 2 days, brought them that. Go ahead, come on.
After 2 days he departed thence and went into Galilee. For Jesus himself testified that a prophet hath no honor.
Oh, so that was it. I just want the part that he was there for 2 days and he moved on. Now, let's get Romans 9. Romans 9 and 24. I'm not going to go. That's another one I love to bring out. I go into Romans 9. Hard body.
The quick question, just a real quick one. When it says here that he went to Galilee, could this correlate to Matthew 4? There's Northern Kingdom there too, Zebulun and Naphtali.
Yeah.
That he continued on and continued to teach Northern Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did. Go ahead, come on.
The book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse
24.
24. Verse 24. Even us, whom he hath called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles.
That's a question.
Romans is one long letter. Right, and this is a question. This is one long letter, right? Normally, I spend a lot of time in Romans 9 because I bring this out a lot when we travel as well. And then what happens, one time I got a question and somebody tried to combat us with 24.
Okay.
But I'm going to break down 24 for you in a second. But before you get to that, to understand the context, go to Romans 9 and 13.
Oh, bring it out.
Verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Right. So he's going on about Jacob and Esau, right? So if he's telling you that he don't love everybody and he's not going to save everybody, then when you get to 24, he's not talking about those Gentiles. He's talking about Israel and Israel only, right? And Israel only. That's just a short way. Like Romans 9 is, I love it, right? Jump up to, so you can understand what he's saying. He doesn't change his message in 24. Jump up to 3.
Verse 3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ, from my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh.
Not my brothers in the world, not my brothers in the spirit, not my brothers in Christ, according to the flesh. Go ahead, come on.
Who are Israelites.
Who are Israelites, come on.
To whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory,
come on,
and the covenant,
come on,
and the giving of the law,
come on,
and the service of God, and the promises.
Meaning everything in the Bible pertains to Israelites. Go ahead, come on.
Whose are the fathers?
Whose are the fathers? They were Israelites in the Old Testament. Go ahead, come on.
And of whom, as concerning the flesh.
The flesh, not the spirit, the flesh.
Christ came.
Christ came for the Israelites. So when you get to 24, it's not talking about that. But I'm going to give you context. This still goes back to the split. Remember, I rehashed the split in short because when you understand that, none of this is ever confusing to you.
Right.
None of this is ever confusing to you. The issue with Christianity and the confusion of the New Testament is that the split is not understood. If you just focus on the split and then bring that forward and you realize that what Christ was doing was fulfilling what was written about the reunification of Israel, all right, you'll never have confusion in the New Testament, in the gospel or in the letters. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. Of course, they're not going to accept that. So we have the discourse, right? And where we have to defend the gospel in those instances. And we're going to give them the different verses and everything, and they get cut up. But let's go to verse 24 again. Come on.
Verse 24. Even us, whom he hath called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles.
But also of the Gentiles? So it's a question. Why? First of all, he's in Rome.
Right.
He's in Rome, and he just allegedly told the Romans that Christ only pertains to the Israelites.
Yeah.
So what he was preaching to was Roman citizens who are Israelites, right? So then he says he's going to quantify his question now. Go ahead, come on.
As he saith also in Hosea.
In the book of Hosea, come on.
I will call them my people, which were not my people.
So
Wow.
Go ahead, finish that verse.
And her beloved, which was not beloved.
So he's explaining what he meant in 24 by referencing the book of Hosea. Let's get Hosea 1 and 10. Let's get Hosea 1 and 10. He is quoting Hosea 1 and 10.
The book of Hosea, chapter 1 and verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people.
What Paul just said, go ahead, come on.
There it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God.
There will be said, ye are the sons of the living God. But read verse 11 to confirm that he's talking about the reunification, because Paul's ministry was to who? The Gentiles, which was these people.
Yes.
Right? Go ahead. Come on.
Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered
That
together.
was always the prophecy all through the Bible. You never read in the Old Testament that the children of Judah and the children of the other nations would be gathered together.
Ever.
The reason they talk so much about Gentiles, Grecians, strangers in the New Testament is that this prophecy needs to be fulfilled. Right? Even Christ at the end of Matthew 28, if you understand John 4, when he says, go and preach all nations, that means because they would be dispersed. Go ahead, come on.
And appoint themselves one head.
Christ, come on.
And they shall come up out of the land. For great shall be the day of Jezreel.
This is what Paul's referring to, right? So now let's go back, Romans 9, and read 26 now.
The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 26. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living God.
Read 27 for anybody that's confused. Come on.
Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea.
So when he's clearly in verse 24, he's not talking about other nations.
Right.
Right? Go ahead, come on.
A remnant shall be saved.
A remnant shall be saved. So it's talking about reunification, all right? It's talking about reunification. Now, I'm going to move around a little different. Let me go into the hostility towards the Samaritans, right? Let's go into the hostility towards the Samaritans. Let's go to Luke 9, and let's read 52. Trying to do this in brief. We could spend a lot longer on this stuff. Like if you really just want to drive it home and have people meditate on it, right? Go ahead, come on.
The book of St. Luke, chapter 9, verse 52. And sent messengers before his face, and they went and entered into a village of the Samaritans to make ready for him. And they did not receive him, because his face was as though he would go to Jerusalem.
Right. So what happened? They did not receive him. They did not receive him, right? Because why? Because he was, he's looking like a Jew, right? Hostilities here, right? Hostilities here. They said he would not receive him because they knew that the Jews had no dealing with them. This is what this is going into. Now, let's get John 8 and 48. John 8 and 48.
The book of St. John, chapter 8 and verse 48. Then answered the Jews and said unto him, say we not well that thou art a Samaritan, and has a devil?
Right. This was the type of thing that they felt about the Samaritans, right? Say, oh, you have a devil on you, right? You got the devil on you. Excellent. Yeah, exactly. Right now, let me get John 7:35 in the meantime. Hold on. And then I want to get Luke 10 after that.
The book of St. John, chapter 7, verse 35. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?
It is clear that just off this one verse, that when you read those Gentiles being told to, right, because you say, well, how do I determine that Gentile is really Gentile, and how is Gentile dealing with the dispersed among the Gentiles then? It's simple. If the promises are being preached unto them, then it's Israelites.
That's how you know.
If they reference Gentiles and it's not talking about God as their salvation, then it's the heathen.
Yes. Because it only makes sense.
That's it.
That's the only thing that makes sense.
Right.
Because he didn't say, would he go unto the Gentiles? Why would he say dispersed?
Well, why would he add that key word?
Because they're not dispersed there.
Right, just like why did he add Samaritan, the well, Jacob? Because those words matter.
Exactly.
They matter. They add context.
Read it again. Read it again.
Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?
Letting you know that the dispersed among the Gentiles were also called Gentiles. They were also called Gentiles, right?
I got one quick one for you to prove that we are dispersed. I got it right here. Tobit chapter 3 and verse 4. For they obeyed not thy commandments, wherefore thou hast delivered us for a spoil and unto captivity and unto death and for a proverb of reproach to all the nations among whom we are dispersed.
Look at that. Among whom we are dispersed. I like that one. That's good. Does it say the same thing in Spanish?
I don't know. I gotta look at it.
Find out because we add that to the
the
arsenal.
Yeah,
we'll add that to the arsenal when we out there. right?
The repertoire.
To talk about the dispersed. I like that. I like that one. That was good. Let's get Luke 10:25, right? We're going to read this. We're going to read this quickly so you can understand the animosity towards Samaritans, right? Go ahead. Come on.
The book of
And we showed you that in reverse, too. It was like, oh, yeah, why you talking to me? You a Jew, right? Go ahead. Come on.
St. Luke chapter 10, verse 25. And behold, a certain lawyer stood up and tempted him, saying, Master, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? He said unto him, what is written in the law? How readest thou? And he answering said,
now this lawyer is not a lawyer like an accident lawyer,
right?
All right, he's talking about one of the Pharisees. Well, what are the sects? The Pharisees, you have Pharisees, Sadducees, right? Go ahead, come on.
And he answering said, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy strength, and with all thy mind, and thy neighbor as thyself.
And thy neighbor, because he knew that these were the two things that he needed to focus on. Go ahead, come on.
And he said unto him, thou hast answered right. This do, and thou shalt live. But he, willing to justify himself, said unto Jesus, and who is my neighbor?
That's a hateful nooker.
Who was my neighbor?
Who's my neighbor then?
know who it is.
You know who his neighbor is.
That's crazy word.
That's what Southern Kingdom be like. Oh,
are they really Northern Kingdom?
I don't know. You guys,
Right.
Northern Kingdom's only you got to pass the paper bag test.
Yeah.
You got to look like Shaft to be an Israelite.
Crazy word.
Go ahead, come on.
Verse 30. And Jesus answering said, a certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho.
So this was his reply to him. Who's your neighbor? Go ahead, come on.
And fell among thieves, which stripped him of his raiment, and wounded him, and departed, leaving him half dead.
Right. So he's talking about there was an Israelite that came down from Jericho, got robbed and jacked up.
We
Go
talked
ahead,
about that earlier when we started out.
Wait. They stripped the
was
dude
in the
like
hood.
they do on the block.
Right.
Strip, nigga.
Yes. So Judah went up and said, yo, just don't do nothing, just run it. They've been doing that since back then, bro.
Dang, they put a jet move on him, man.
They've been doing that since back then. Go ahead, come on.
Verse 31. And by chance there came down a certain priest that way. And when he saw him, he passed by on the other side.
So this is a Levite then, if he's a priest, no?
Dang.
He saw his Judite brother jacked up and robbed.
Dang.
And he walked by on the other side. Go ahead, come on.
And likewise a Levite, when he was at the place, came and looked on him and passed by on the other side.
Dang. Go ahead, come on.
But a certain Samaritan,
Right?
Wow.
as he journeyed,
A Northern Kingdom brother
Dang,
came
that's
by.
Ephraim right there.
Come on.
came where he was. And when he saw him, he had compassion on him.
Dang, he
And-
said, "Que lo que?"
And
See, you listening, Deacon Athan? Cause he be getting mad when I was telling him how jacked up Judah was with us.
Yeah.
But it's on both sides. It's on both. Yo, it was funny. It was nice. It was nice to be together because then he started talking about our mother, about Benjamin and Ephraim's.
Oh. Damn, y'all went deep.
He started talking about Benjamin and
Hey, Deke, verse 33 is in correlation with the scripture that says, then without the law do the things of the law, right? By in Romans.
yes.
Because mind you, at this time he's thinking, that's the Jews. I don't deal with them.
And
But
the
he
law
knew.
that he meant was loving your neighbor as yourself.
Right.
Yes.
But he knew like I got to deal like that.
Yes. Good observation. Go ahead. Come on.
and went to him and bound up his wounds, pouring in oil and wine, and set him on his own beast, and brought him to an inn, and took care
That means
of
he
him.
took his own money out to pay for the
Right.
inn to take care of him.
Dang.
Come on.
And on the morrow, when he departed, he took out 2 pence and gave them to the
And he
host,
gave
some
him
money.
money too. Go ahead. Come on.
and said unto him, take care of him. Damn. And whatsoever thou spendest more, when I come again, I will repay thee.
So he told the innkeeper whatever he needs till he's
Right.
recovered,
Bruh.
Put it on my tab.
put it on my tab. Go ahead. Come on.
Which now of these 3 thinkest thou was neighbor unto him that fell among the thieves?
Come on.
And he said, he that showed mercy on him. Then said Jesus unto him, go and do thou likewise.
Wow.
Right.
Bro, that's cold.
Stone cold
Yo, Christ
blooded.
was cold
Oh
with
my
it.
goodness.
His
said, "Let
the
me
way
tell
he
you
puts
something."
things together, right. He had to make sure he made him
God,
feel.
He did have to feel it.
He made sure he convicted his conscience, bro.
Right. So the mercy He applied the royal law to him,
The royal law.
more than anybody else did.
Right.
So as much as you hold on to Judah 10 part, it was still that David's our king. He's from Judah.
Yeah.
Dang.
The Samaritan, the Ephraimite came and took care of
The
it.
Levite was like, "Ça passe."
The Levi says, "How about saying?" Right now, let me get Acts 10. Let me get Acts 10.
Oh, now we cooking.
And let's get Acts 10. All right.
Hey, it was funny. We went over
Christmas.
all of these topics at First Friday.
Oh, we did. They
All
went over this
praises.
last night
All
on the
praises.
Clubhouse joint. This is how you know the Lord, how he worked.
Yeah, man.
Start at 1.
The book of Acts, chapter 10 and verse 1. And there was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band.
Come on.
A devout man, and one that feared God with all his house, which gave much alms to the people, and prayed to God always.
Right, which lets you know that he was a Hebrew, right? That he was a Hebrew, right? Just reading that lets you know, right? Because if at this point they were preaching that other nations could come in, other nations weren't praying to Christ.
Right.
No.
Right? They said this was a devout man, right? So he was a Roman citizen in the Roman army, right? Meaning, yes, you could serve in police forces and things like that.
Right.
Okay. Not that we would recommend anybody going to Esau's army.
Right.
It makes it really complicated for you as far as keeping the commandments. But in this particular time, he was, right? And he was able to apply the laws, right? Go ahead, come on.
And when he looked on him, he was afraid, and said, What is it, Lord? And he said unto him, Thy prayers and thine alms are come up for a memorial before God.
Right. And based on where Cornelius was from, we can't say with certainty biblically, but historically, based on where he's from, they say that he was likely Zebulon. Right? That he was likely Zebulon.
Because Caesarea is in Galilee somewhere
Right.
close to that.
So again, I'm not saying that the Bible says that plainly, but if you look based on what information is out there,
He might have been.
historically,
Something like it.
it's strongly likely he was from the tribe of Zebulon. Right. But go ahead, come on.
Verse 5.
Real Zebulon, not like Officer Yamagan and Officer Benji.
God, I mean, they citizens.
They like right. They
I'm
they're
gonna screen record this and send it.
Yamagan be watching sometime. He gonna send me a message later and go, Diagono.
Yo, why do you say that about me, man?
I thought we were good. Go ahead, come on.
And now send men to Joppa, and call for one Simon, whose surname is Peter. He lodgeth with one Simon, a tanner, whose house is by the seaside. He shall tell thee what thou oughtest to do. And when the angel which spake unto Cornelius was departed, he called 2 of his household servants, and a devout soldier of them that waited on him continually. And when he had declared...
And these also were Israelites. Go ahead, come on.
And when he had declared all things unto him, he sent them to Joppa. On the morrow, as they went on their journey and drew nigh unto the city, Peter went up upon the housetop to pray about the 6th hour. And he became very hungry.
Because remember, we prayed 3 times a day, right? So he went, that was his noon prayers, right? That was his noon prayers. Go ahead, come on.
And he became very hungry and would have eaten. But while they made ready, he fell into a trance.
He was meditating deep in his prayer, right? Go ahead, come on.
And saw heaven open, and a certain vessel descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the 4 corners, and let down to the earth.
Now, simple Christians say that this is justification, what we're reading here, for people to eat unclean foods.
Right.
Somehow you go from Cornelius's vision and getting Peter to, in this moment, randomly, the Lord decided to
Just
reveal
like that.
Catfish.
Stop it.
Just like that.
Shrimp, crab, lobster.
crab, lobster, and catfish.
So what would verse 1, 2, and 3 in regards to Cornelius have?
They would
how
have
would that
nothing.
work?
That's
It
the
doesn't
way.
make sense.
That's the way somebody simple would write.
Have you read Acts 10 yet about the food?
Makes no sense. But keep reading before we break it down. Keep reading. Go ahead.
Verse 12. Wherein were all manner of 4-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air.
Right. So this was, I'm going to explain to you when we break it down with 2 simple precepts, that this was not talking about food or those animals, right? It was not talking about food or those animals. Go ahead. Come on.
Verse 13. And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat. But Peter said, Not so, Lord. For I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
Right? Not common or unclean. Go ahead, come on.
And the voice spake unto him again the second time, What God hath cleansed, that call not thou common.
Now I'm going to show you what God have cleansed here is the northern kingdom. That they were allowed to come back after Christ's sacrifice. Part of his sacrifice was not just the judgment for sins on the cross, but it was to redeem northern kingdom from all their idolatry and all their sin so that they have a path back to God if they accepted Christ.
You said something that you said redeem.
Yes.
Remember Revelations 5, they try to bring that out, but it
Yes.
says redeem.
It says redeem, meaning
re-cleanse.
again,
Yes.
not brand new. Right?
Right.
Redemption, redeem, all those things means again.
Yeah.
Again, right? So, right, that's the image that let's go back to 11. We're going to break this down really quickly. Go ahead, come on.
Verse 11, and saw heaven open, and a certain vessel descending unto him.
Let me show you the certain vessel. I mean, a certain vessel means what?
A specific,
particular,
Right.
specific.
Right.
He saw a certain vessel, right? Let's get Hosea 8 and 8.
The book of Hosea, chapter 8 and verse 8. Israel is swallowed up.
And this is talking about northern kingdom. Israel is swallowed up. Go ahead, come on.
Now shall they be among the Gentiles.
Now they'll be among the Gentiles, going with the whole theme of everything that we're speaking about. Go ahead, come on.
As a vessel wherein is no pleasure.
So as a vessel, what is that's the certain vessel. Israel is a vessel, as in there is no pleasure. As in there is no pleasure. Right? Is that in that verse?
Yes, sir.
All right, now let's go back, read 11 again.
The book of Acts, chapter 10 and verse 11. And saw heaven
So remember,
open.
it said as a certain vessel with no pleasure among the Gentiles. Remember that part. Go ahead, come on.
And a certain vessel descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners.
Let down to the earth. A sheet with four corners.
Four corners.
Let down to the earth. Similar to Deuteronomy 32 and 26.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 26. I said, I would scatter them into corners.
I would scatter them into corners. Come on.
I would make the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
For cease from among men. They were like Gentiles. Just like we read in John 7:35, mixed among the heathen. The four corners of the sheet represent what they call the four corners of the earth. That's why it was a four sheets coming down into the earth. This was a vision. If it was a vision, and we know Christ spoke in similitudes, why would he show him something direct
and so specific
and so specific to eat food?
Right.
And then as we keep reading, as soon as he wakes up, you're gonna see what goes on here, right?
Yeah.
Now, there's other scriptures that you go into for the beast part where it says we're like creatures, right?
Ecclesiastes
So on and so
3,
forth, right? But let's go back now and read 12 down to 16.
The book of Acts, chapter 10 and verse 12. Wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth and wild beasts and creeping things and fowls of the air.
And why? Because he's showing the diverseness of northern kingdom. They were going to be, just like you read in Acts 2, that there was devout Jews out of every nation under the sun. There was going to be northern kingdom that were not just in Samaria. They were in different parts of the world, all right?
Would this also make reference to them being unclean? Because these are unclean animals
because
as
he
well.
made them into, he's saying they were unclean, right? They were unclean things, right? Exactly. Go ahead, come on.
And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat. But Peter said, Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
Come on.
And the voice spake unto him again the second time, What God hath cleansed, that call not thou common.
Right, because he cleansed Israel, right? By his blood, cleansed by the blood of Jesus. Go ahead, come on.
This was done thrice.
This was done thrice. Why? Come on.
And the vessel was received up again into heaven.
That is also symbolic, meaning that the promises of the kingdom of heaven were returned unto them as well. That's why it was received up into heaven.
See that?
Right.
Boy,
Go ahead,
that's
come
good
on.
stuff.
Whoa.
I lost all.
Was that you?
That was me.
Well, they could still hear us, but
Can they still hear us?
Yeah,
We
they can
just
still
can't
hear
hear?
us. The mics got cut off. That's
Is that what it was?
Headphones.
Okay, so I could keep teaching?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
There we go.
So we just couldn't hear ourselves.
Right.
Yes.
You got too excited over there, bro?
I did. My
See,
knee hit this
I
big
didn't
old
hear
thing right
that
here.
one either, but you ain't gotta, you know what I mean?
Come on, keep reading.
You want verse 17?
Yes.
Verse 17. Now, while Peter doubted in himself what this vision which,
Peter didn't understand what it meant. He didn't wake up and say that meant I could eat shrimp and
Go get
pork
some
and lobster.
lobster.
Go ahead, come on.
Yeah.
which he had seen should mean. Behold, the men which were sent from Cornelius had made inquiry of Simon's house and stood before the gate and called and asked whether Simon.
Now, go back to 7, because remember, it said he showed him this vision thrice.
17 or 7?
7.
Verse 7. And when the angel which spake unto Cornelius was departed, he called 2 of his household
He had
servants.
2 of his household servants, come on.
And a devout...
Three. He sent 3 people to seek out Peter. Read 16 again.
Verse 16. This was done thrice.
3 times to prepare him to receive them. They were prepping Peter's spirit, because remember, the angel went to Cornelius first.
Right.
And said, I'm going to basically have the understanding of the scriptures opened up to you through Peter. So he sent 3 men to him so that Peter could know when he woke up not to send and shun these men.
Right.
Because remember, the Samaritans, the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans. Go ahead, come on.
And this was done thrice, and the vessel was received up again into heaven.
Come on.
Now, while Peter doubted in himself what this vision which he had seen should mean, behold, the men,
the 3 men, come on,
which were sent from Cornelius, had made inquiry for Simon's house,
come
and
on.
stood before the gate, and called, and asked whether Simon, which was surnamed Peter, were lodged there. While Peter thought on the vision, the Spirit said unto him, Behold, 3 men seek
3
thee.
men, because they happened thrice, the vision. Go ahead, come on.
Arise, therefore, and get thee down, and go with them, doubting nothing. For I have sent them.
Right, jump to 22. Here's some more supporting evidence. Go ahead, come on.
Verse 22, and they said, Cornelius, the centurion, a just man, and one that feareth God, and of a good report among all the nation of the Jews.
Meaning what? That he was an Israelite. Go ahead, come on.
Was warned from God by an holy angel to send for thee into his house.
All right. So that's all I wanted from there. Jump to verse 28. We're jumping around. And then now Peter understands. Go ahead. Come on.
Verse 28. And he said unto them, Ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation.
That was what the sister said
Right.
at the well. The
That's what
Ephraimite
she
sister,
said.
John
Right.
4:9. Go ahead. Come on.
But God hath showed me.
Now he understands the vision. So morons that say that's talking about, they do not read the Bible, because this is all in the same chapter.
Right.
Go ahead, come on.
God hath showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean.
Right. So you're overweight, pork chop eating,
Catfish licking.
crab leg sucking,
Oh shoot.
shrimp cracking,
Hey,
Man.
Jesus.
Pork chop slapping.
oyster shucking, lobster butter dipping,
Butter dipping.
Christian.
Butter dipping.
Not talking about that. It's not talking about that. Let's go to 11 and 18.
Chapter 11 and verse 18. When they heard...
So they had a big... Wait, start at... We'll read 1 and 2 and then jump to 18, just to get to the point.
11 and 1. And the apostles and brethren that were in Judea heard that the Gentiles had also received the word
Which
of God.
was the Samaritans. Go ahead, come on.
And when Peter was come up to Jerusalem, they that were of the circumcision contended with him.
Right, the southern kingdom contended with him, right? Read 3.
Saying, Thou wentest into men uncircumcised and didst eat with them.
Come on.
But Peter rehearsed the matter from the beginning and expounded it by order unto them.
Right, now jump to 18. So he explains to them what we read in Acts 10. Go ahead, come on.
Verse 18.
But now with understanding, because remember, he was uncertain. Now he understood. Go ahead, come on.
When they heard these things, they held their peace and glorified God, saying, Then hath God also to the Gentiles granted repentance unto life.
Christians try to take that and mean, see, Everything in God's promises are done away with. But that's why those precepts in Hosea, those precepts in Deuteronomy, the fact that it says devout among the Jews and all of that, what we read, everything up until this point, it still pertains to the split.
Right.
It still pertains to the split and understanding those aspects of it, right? So Northern Kingdom Israelites were once labeled Gentiles or unclean. They are cleansed and accepted now. They are cleansed and accepted now.
D, can I make 2 quick points?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go back to Acts chapter 10 and read verse 34 and verse 35.
The book of Acts, chapter 10 and verse 34. Then Peter opened his mouth and said, of a truth I perceive that God is no respecter of persons.
Because he now understands that the northern kingdom must come in. So when it talks about being a respecter of persons, he's speaking in regards to Israel being a part of the fold of the whole nation. The Lord has no respect of persons in regards to Israel. He respects them, not the other nations.
right.
Now watch verse 36.
Verse 36, the word which God sent unto the children of Israel.
So it's very plain here. The word which God sent unto the children of Israel. Go ahead.
Preaching peace by Jesus Christ.
Preaching peace, because before there was a middle wall of partition. But through the Lord, who is the peacemaker, right? What does it say in Genesis 49? Until Shiloh come? What does it say? And he shall gather the people together, right? Boom.
Unto him should have gathered the people be.
So that's what it's making a reference to, the word that was given unto the children of Israel. It's very plain. Very plain.
This is another one they like to pull, but here's where you get the context. Let's get Galatians 3:28.
That's it.
I want to read 28 and 29. Again, but now looking at it in context.
Right.
They isolate this one scripture and they don't realize what's being said here. Go ahead, come on.
The book of Galatians.
Now you can read this and understand what's being said. Go ahead, come on.
Chapter 3 and verse 28. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free. There is neither male nor female. For ye are all one in Christ Jesus.
Come on, read.
And if ye be Christ, then are ye Abraham's
seed is bloodline and descendancy, so you cannot be from another nation.
Romans 9.
And then say you're Abraham's seed, right? And I'm going to go back to Romans 9 in the brief for the last part of verse 29. Come on.
And heirs according to the promise.
Well, let's remind you who got the promises.
Come on.
Let's go to Romans 9 and read 4.
The book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 4. Who are Israelites?
Come on.
To whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of God, and the promises.
And the promises. And the promises. Come on, read 5.
Whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Christ came.
Who Christ came for. Who Christ came for. That's what it's telling you, right? So, just as Samaritans were rejected, today's divisions by skin tone and culture mirror that hostility. So I know we're speaking broadly and we're saying, look, this is what Christians don't understand, but we as Israelites have to understand that as well, right? And there is a lack of acceptance. I've said this before. There's plenty of people that are going to talk about the whitening, and man, I'm not even going to get to that part in the way that I wanted to. I will do the Blanqueamiento video and explain that because I didn't do my Ezekiel 37. But there's plenty of people who receive the Southern Kingdom aspect of it amongst our people very easily, right? Southern Kingdom largely. What happens is the Northern Kingdom part still, for some of our people, is problematic, right? And I've said this before. I suspect there are people amongst us in IUIC that are not fully persuaded that Northern Kingdom is who the Bible says they are and who we've taught.
Right.
I'm talking about here. They sit amongst us and they don't fully embrace and receive the Samaritans, the Northern Kingdom. And they're here because they know the other alternatives to go to other camps are not as appealing.
Right.
So they kind of tolerate Northern Kingdom here. I can't say that I have large proof of it, but there's been things over the years that I see or hear here and there, right? That spirit is there amongst some. And for anybody else who might have those doubts, but you say, okay, yeah, I get that, but Northern Kingdom are Israelites, right? I want you to understand why then Northern Kingdom in modern times, in these last days, why so many of them are light-skinned, like myself, right? Even Asher's light-skinned. And maybe, just maybe, they can be looked upon with a little bit of compassion for their ignorance when you understand what they went through with their Blanqueamiento. Let's play the video, and this will explain it very clearly. Now, don't mind her accent. She sounds...
What does Blanqueamiento mean? Imagine a society where
It's
the color of your
Blanqueamiento.
skin could determine your social status and opportunities. This is the reality behind the term Blanqueamiento, which means whitening in Spanish. It is a concept that has shaped Latin American history and social structures. Blanqueamiento refers to both an ideology and a historical practice aimed at promoting whiteness
So
in
stop.
Latin America.
It's not just a practice, it became an ideology. And when something is an ideology, it's a doctrine for some people. And it's meaning that this is something that they were conditioned and raised in, right? Much like we read historically,
Right.
how the Jews and the Samaritans had this. We have no dealings with us. It's our father Jacob, meaning that this is something that culturally they grew up with as division. Likewise, you see here, this ideology of Blanqueamiento was something that they grew up with. Go ahead, come on.
American societies. This idea emerged from European colonial influences and is closely linked to racial discrimination and inequality. At its core, Blanqueamiento suggests that improving the race means moving towards an ideal of whiteness.
So stop. Improving the race, that's mejorar la raza. You'll hear that sometimes among some circles, right? Somebody posted that. Issachar is not the only one. You hear that in Central South America. A little less in the Caribbean, but it is heard. But it is heard. Go ahead, come on.
This belief is both symbolic and biological. Symbolically, it supports the idea that a modern and civilized nation is predominantly white.
Racial idolatry. Go ahead.
Biologically, it has led to practices that encourage the mixing of lighter-skinned individuals with darker-skinned populations.
So stop. This is the... Notice, she said that Blanqueamiento wasn't just a doctrine and not a historical thing. There's a biological component. This is one of the biggest differences between what was acceptable in Southern Kingdom slavery versus what was acceptable in Northern Kingdom slavery. This was a practice that was an agenda. It was an edict. And it was done purposefully to try to whiten the race. Versus, meaning so it was accepted. Versus, like I said, it was frowned upon. In colonial America, they weren't walking around marrying and publicly having children with the slaves. Right. So though it may have happened discreetly, this happened as an agenda, as a plan. And there's another form of genocide. Go ahead, come on.
Lighter-skinned offspring. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, Blanqueamiento was tied to national projects where governments promoted European immigration. They believed that increasing the white population would help distance their nations from indigenous and African roots.
That goes into Psalms 83, so that they can consult together one consent against thy hidden ones. The name of Israel, may no more be remembered. It was done by governmental decrees by the monarchies of the time, so that they purposely imported more white people to mix with the population, so that they would distance itself from indigenous and African roots. Right? Go ahead, come on.
Which were often viewed negatively. This ideology suggested that progress required moving away from these roots toward a predominantly white identity. The impact of Blanqueamiento on social structures.
I think this is an AI voice.
It is an AI voice. Yeah. It's Blanqueamiento. Go ahead, come on.
Has been profound. It privileged lighter skin and European features, creating systems where racial identity could be influenced by social status, wealth, or fame. For instance, individuals with darker skin could sometimes pass as white if they achieved higher socioeconomic status or married lighter-skinned partners. This dynamic reinforced colorism, where lighter skin was associated with higher social standing and better opportunities. From the perspective of Latin culture, Blanqueamiento reflects a complex and painful history of racial hierarchy and discrimination. It shows how colonialism shaped social attitudes toward race and identity, often marginalizing indigenous and Afro-descendant populations. While some may see Blanqueamiento as a historical attempt at nation-building, it also highlights ongoing challenges related to racial inequality and color-based prejudice. Understanding Blanqueamiento is essential to grasp the racial dynamics and social inequalities that continue to influence Latin American societies today. It helps explain why racial identity in the region is often fluid and shaped by social factors beyond just ancestry or skin color. This historical context is vital for anyone looking to understand the complexities of race and identity in Latin America.
All right, so el blanqueamiento is the key. It's the crutch for you to understand. And to me, this was, although it was an AI voice and her Blanqueamiento, it really summarized it extremely well, in my opinion, in brief, right? Now, I was going to go into the castas a little bit, but I want to finish these verses first. And if we have a few minutes after I finish these verses, then we can show some of the pictures of how it was so, and I've done this, I've sent this before, but I feel like it's something that needs to continue to be brought out from time to time because I think it's so easily forgotten, especially from the perspective of what I'm trying to drive home, that I think it's easily forgotten amongst us sometimes even, and you don't see the dynamic of what they grew up with, right? And you're talking about hundreds of years of conditioning where this happened. There was another one I showed, I think, on the last show, where they said it would take only 150 years to whiten the race. And then you wonder why, but how did they get so light so fast? Right? Exactly. I mean, not that complicated, right? Not that complicated. Now, we're going to read Ezekiel 37. We're going to start at 15. And it's interesting. When you read the whole 37th chapter, it starts with the identity coming upon us. It gives you kind of that whole timeline, redemption arc, right? And then it talks about the reunification, right? So it talks about identity coming back. It talks about the laws coming back into our life with the breath of life. And then you get to this part where once that's done, now you reunify, right? Letting you know why it's so important that you teach heritage, right? That can never, that's always has to be a component of what we do, right? Yes, we'll show that in a second. We're going to read the scriptures first, right? But I'm glad you brought that up. I almost forgot about it, right? So let's read from 15. Come on.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 37 and verse 15. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel his companions.
Right, so that's the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Go ahead, come on.
Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim.
Right, because if you understand the history, they sold Joseph off into captivity. When he finally returned back, right, he gave the blessing that he missed to his sons, Ephraim and Manasseh. Go ahead, come on.
Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel his companions.
So Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans, and all the other northern kingdom tribes. Go ahead, come on.
And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand.
Come on, read.
And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, Wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these?
Right, will you not show us what you mean by these two sticks coming together? Go ahead, come on.
Say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand.
This is the coming together. So when you speak against this, and you're understanding the split and the history, then you understand why it's so critical that we come together. Go ahead, come on.
Verse 20, and the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes.
Right, and so, so many people come at us for the 12 tribe sign and things like that, but this is symbolic of us giving them that heritage and that identity with that 12 tribe sign, right? It says it'll be in their hand before their eyes, showing them what? You are this tribe, you are that tribe. Go ahead, come on.
And say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land.
That goes with what we read in Acts 10, right? Go ahead, come on.
And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all, and they shall be no more two nations. Neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms any more at all.
So in addition to 1 Kings, This makes you understand what this prophecy is speaking about. It's talking about that reunification. It was never that other nations were going to come in amongst us and dilute the nation and change the promises, right? Go ahead, come on.
Neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols.
Right. In addition, we would keep God's laws and no more idolatry. Go ahead, come on.
Nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions. But I will save them out of all their dwelling places,
Where they're scattered in the four corners of the earth. Go ahead, come on.
wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse
What
them.
God called common and unclean, right? He says that's cleansed. Don't say that, right? It's cleansed. Go ahead, come on.
So shall they be my people, and I will be their God.
Come on.
And David, my servant, shall be king over them.
Right.
And they all shall have one shepherd.
Come on.
They shall also walk in my judgments, and observe my statutes, and do them.
Come on.
And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children and their children's children forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever.
Going into Christ. Go ahead, come on.
Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them. And I will place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore.
That's what you read in Revelation 21, 22.
Yeah.
Go ahead, come on.
My tabernacle also shall be with them. Yea, I will be their God, and they shall be my people.
Come on.
And the heathen shall know that I, the Lord, do sanctify Israel.
That's what is cleansed. That Israel said. He said the other nations going to know that Israel's who I chose, Israel's who I continue to choose, and I've sanctified them. Come on.
When my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore.
When that happens is when they'll fully know and understand that. Now, I was, it says sticks, and I know a lot of time they show sticks, and when you draw it, it's like two sticks and a staff, and yes, that's part of it. It goes into that. Sticks represent those things, but I was getting a GPT, and I wanted to read this part because it actually confirms the Israelite piece, right? The Israelite piece. So let's read this real quick. Right, this I pulled from GPT because I asked it if the two sticks can also represent like scrolls, right? The two sticks of a scroll, which goes into lineage, right? Go ahead, come on.
Ezekiel 37 and 18. The two sticks or scrolls. You've got it exactly right. There's a deep symbolic layer here. Let me expand on what you've outlined and bring it in a few more nuances.
Now, I know some people, here's the relevance to this and why sometimes I'll bring out GPT. It is a collection of common worldly data, right? Because the internet's like the database of modern times. It's the Library of Alexandria,
right?
Digitally, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't know what the Library of Alexandria is, that's where all the world's repository was of the most scrolls and books and things of what they knew at the time. Now you have something like the internet, and then even more so, GPT is the librarian.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
Who gives you everything?
GPT is the librarian.
You sit down at the table, they bring you the books.
Yes, right? But there's another layer to it because if you know how to prompt it, right, which is why I've started to use it so much more. To that's where the real power is in it. Like when you know what to ask it and how to ask it, right? And I basically explained to it that based on what I'm reading here and what I understand, that goes into like scrolls and the writing and all of that stuff, right? So now it is the stick is symbolic of the bow coming together, the bow that they broke and everything as well, right? But also from the point of the 12 tribe sign and being able to see the lineage coming back together, right? Because prior to that, in verses 1 through 14, you read about the skin coming upon them, right? So identity's at play here as well, right? Go on. We don't need to, for the sake of time. So it starts going into stick, right? You can read a little bit of this, literal sense.
Literal sense means tree, wood, timber, or stick. It's used hundreds of times that way. Genesis 2 and 9, tree of life. Functional sense. In the ancient Near East, wooden tablets were commonly used as writing surfaces.
Come on.
Sometimes coated with wax or parchment. So the command to write upon the sticks hints at their documental function, not just as random pieces of firewood.
Which oftentimes when you do a picture, it depicts that, right? But but it's more. Right? Because you're going to see, it's not that people are going to see two sticks and one says Judah and one says Ephraim. Well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Right? When you in
It's
camp,
something else.
what do people come up to you when they see the 12 tribe sign?
What's this?
What is this? What does this mean?
What are these?
What do you mean? Why? You see yourself on there? Yeah, I'm Mexican.
Yep.
And what's that mean? Issachar, right? Go ahead, come on.
This duality allows the vision to resonate both as a physical object and as a symbolic written record of identity. Symbolism of the two sticks. Judah equals southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi. Joseph or Ephraim, northern kingdom, the 10 tribes. Joined together, the prophetic act of reunion. Ezekiel dramatizes it by holding them in one hand, verses 17 through 19, a visible parable that unity is not just spiritual, but conventional and covenantal and official. In essence, Ezekiel holds in his hand a living covenant document of Israel's unity.
Come on.
Scriptural parallel.
Well, give some verses. Go ahead, come on. It talks about a roll, get the roll or scroll and all of that. Go ahead, come on.
Read it or no?
Read the bottom. Together, these
connections show that sticks or scrolls equal scrolls of covenant record is not a stretch, but deeply consistent with biblical imagery.
All right, go ahead. Come on. Keep going. Is that it on that? There was another one where I said something. Okay, damn. Why you guys so slow? Come on.
Why this matters today. Identity restored. Many Israelites today live under other labels. Gentiles, African Americans, Latinos, West Indians, etc.
I never told it that.
knows this?
I never told it that.
Bruh.
Wow.
Bruh.
There's no excuse for your ignorance.
Remember I said it's the librarian for the world's repository of information. If you know how to use
Jarvis.
it's going to bring it out.
Yep.
I didn't tell it to say that.
That's crazy work.
I didn't even mention up until this point about blacks, Hispanics, or whatever.
So he just going.
He's just going when I spoke about it.
And that's crazy. They make their tongues fall apart.
That's what it is.
Yes. Come on.
Ezekiel's prophecy shows that God's hand will reunite the scattered tribes and restore them under their true lineage. Written record. Just as Ezekiel wrote on the sticks, so too will God leave no ambiguity about his people's identity.
Simplicity in Christ.
It will be written, declared, and undeniable.
That's Wisdom of Solomon 5.
Claw,
Go ahead, come on.
One nation, one king. The joining anticipates Messiah's reign, where the division between Judah and Israel ends forever.
Right.
So the sticks are both wooden objects and scroll-like records of covenant identity. God uses Ezekiel's acted parable to declare, I will make the scattered one nation again, and their true names will be inscribed before all.
Right.
ChatGPT sound like he trying to cleave.
Damn.
ChatGPT trying to
He trying to take on the skirt of him that is a Jew.
Take me with you. Understands, right? The enemy divided us by skin, by tongue, by land, but the covenant of the Lord is not going to be broken. That's basically what's being brought out. The Samaritans were looked down upon, just like Northern Kingdom, right? Because they were unclean, okay? Many of us today are called Gentiles, but the word of God says you're not common, you're not forgotten, you are the Israelites, all right? Ezekiel 37 tells us plainly about the sticks. They're starting to see that happen right now. And no matter if you're light skin, dark skin, curly hair, straight hair, right? None of that matters. What it is repentance and keeping God's commandments, and that you're able to identify with the curses, right? So don't let this world trick you to despising your brother.
Right.
Don't let it trick you, all right? Don't let color divide that reunification, because at the end of the day, the Lord promises are going to be fulfilled, whether you're on board with it or not. Don't think you're going to be able to obtain the kingdom of heaven focusing on complexion, all right?
Right.
It's not about that. It's about the bloodlines, like we read in Romans 9, according to the Most High, right? We could show real quick a couple pictures of the castas, right? This was dealing with el Blanqueamiento, all right? And you'll see here, can you zoom in a little so they can see some of it, right? So they put like a Spaniard male with what they would call an India woman. They would call that a mestizo, right? And then they kept track. So now the offspring is mestizo, which we know was a Spaniard male, so it's still an Edomite, goes back with a Spaniard woman. They call it what is that? Castizo, right? A castizo with a Spaniard now. Español. Notice they're keeping track of all the lineage, right? Español con mora, meaning a Moor, all right? Mulatto. And notice the color, right? You see how the colors start to change, right?
Yeah.
And they vary, and they'll be white, and then the dark comes together, and a white and a dark gets together, right? Letting you know that you're already starting to see some stuff turn around again. Mulatto with Españolo, they call Morisco. Morisco con Española, they call Chino. Chino con India, Saltaantas. Saltaatas, right? It's script. So Saltaatas con Mulata, right? They're called Un Lobo, right? And you see the different characteristics. They even drew like how typically they wound up looking, right? Keep going. Let me see. We're not going to read all of them because it keeps going. It keeps going. Come on. Right. There's the one about the return. And it goes into, we don't have that one? Oh.
Is that it right there?
Torno atrás. Torno atrás.
Okay.
So they're letting you go when you come back to a pure breed. Letting you know that they came
back to like
Torno atrás. That's what I said. My wife laughing at me. She's laughing at me. Atrás. That's what I said. Torno atrás.
Torna.
Why was it the other one? I couldn't. It's not that I pronounced it wrong. It's that the writing. Was she talking about the other one where I said salto al whatever?
Yeah, I don't know if that one was
Scroll
right.
up. I don't know how she saw it. It's in script. Oh, salto atrás. Salta atrás. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't read it.
I see the R now.
I just didn't see the R.
Yeah.
Right. Why are you laughing at me? I'm gonna get you when I get. Anyway, they kept track and they knew. Right? Because some people be like, well, if you got white and then they did away with you. You really think that their seed is that strong? The scripture says we won't be destroyed, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, they kept track of all these things. So it's easy to keep track and know
Right. That's some serious
that you
tracking
can
right
come
there.
back to it. Yeah.
Man, that's mad. Yo, that's a proverb and a byword.
Right. Just so you can understand how heavy that. Well, how did the AI say it? Blanqueamiento.
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 Crazy.
Anyway, that's the show. I pray y'all get some of that. And I know, look, some people, their biblical foundation's not strong, so they're not gonna get it.
Yeah, we got to build them up.
And they don't. But I've said this before. What they don't realize is that they're perpetuating a white supremacist attitude. For all intents and purposes, they being white when they try to when they try to invalidate the other tribes.
That's it.
Yeah. So
Excellent point.
as much as you don't like the other tribes that are lighter skin, you're more white than what our skin is.
Right. Right.
And you could be as
That's
black
it.
and have the blackest features that you want because you perpetuate that mindset.
The mindset
Damn.
of Willie Lynch.
How art thou being a Jew doest those things that are not of the Jews? Basically.
Right.
That's them.
like it.
Right.
Crazy.
Right.
Sensational.
Let's go.
So we are seeking your assistance to enhance our national broadcast. Kindly spare a minute to provide feedback by answering 5 brief questions. Scan the QR code. Let us know how we did.
Yeah. Did we get enough bombs tonight from IT?
I don't think we got enough bombs from IT.
I don't think so, man. I think typically at the end of the show there should be some bombs dropped, letting us,
Something,
just telling the people what it is.
Dios mío.
We got to rely on the comments,
Right.
for the
we gotta
bombs
get
and
the
the
bombs
fire.
for the third-party bombs.
but whatever. Next. All right, tune us in, Deacon.
Join the Booster Club. All right, where is it? Do we have it? That's the QR code right there. All right.
Yeah.
Hit that QR code. We need your help to continue to preach this gospel. All right. We got much travel to reach the diaspora, and we stay on it. We stay about it. You got the documentaries coming out. We got the Northern Kingdom ones. We finally dropped the Chile.
Got another one dropping this Sunday.
Oh, which one is on this one?
Mexico City.
Mexico.
That was a great trip.
Right,
Pyramids.
Right,
There's pyramids in there. There's caves.
Damn, finally, it's been coming in bunches. It took long enough, but it's been coming in bunches.
You live and you learn. You know what I'm saying, Deke? You live and you learn.
Yeah, I get that. But hey, support the Booster Club, y'all. Even if it's $5, all right, it makes a difference, especially if you're consistent with it, right? Multiply that by the efforts of everybody.
Yeah.
Makes a difference. What else we got? That it?
Hey, we bringing back royalty at originalroyalty.com. All right, go ahead and support the troops. Get your fly 12 Tribes collection drip and all the things that we bring to you at originalroyalty.com.
And then we mentioned to get a collage of the new shirts as well.
Yes, sir.
Where that at?
It's on the way.
Damn, look at the face he gave me. Like, you little mother. Yeah, somebody mentioned they're gonna miss us next week. You're right. It's closing of Day of Atonement. We won't be here next week. So if you want to still keep yourself engaged, we got plenty of prior episodes, maybe one you missed.
Yeah.
Hit them socials, all right? For all that content, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. All right, we got Power Hour and IUIC Phoenix on Instagram. Hit them QR codes if you're not subscribed already. Subscribe, like, and share. And we actually won't be back till after Tabernacles, because after that we'll be in the wilderness. Although I'm talking about doing a live over there that might be pre-recorded for Power Hour. We'll see.
Or we could just do an actual live. We should set that up one day, D.
Nobody's gonna watch if we're broadcasting from there. Most people are gonna be in the wilderness, I think.
Yeah,
you know, and we might have some of us we're not gonna get to, but
then a connection.
So so we won't be on next week because closing of Day of Atonement. Week after that we'll be keeping Tabernacles in the wilderness. But those who are gonna be at West Coast FOT, we might do something.
We're gonna kick it.
Get some live audience commentary.
Yeah, let's do it, D.
Yeah,
let's do it.
I'll see how it goes.
Most willing.
I'll see how it goes. We'll see.
Wednesday, same time. He's gonna be late as
So
hell.
be about 2 weeks before we back, fam. Be about 2 weeks before we're back. But don't sleep then, after FOT, I wanted to unveil the new format and layout by then, but I can't say with certainty we'll have it.
Yeah.
Pray for us.
Pray for us. We like I said, we got some stuff brewing. Enjoy the look of the show now.
Right.
Take a mental picture.
Take a mental picture because we got some things that's gonna change. I think y'all gonna like it. So, all right. Well, y'all stay in the spirit. Stay safe. Prep for the Day of Atonement. We also have the voluntary fast this Sabbath.
Oh yeah.
I know people's already thinking about skipping because they got DOA.
Oh yeah, they right. It's DOA, so I might as well just wait till
DOA. I'm not gonna do the voluntary.
They say I don't want to be DOA on DOA.
Right.
Dang.
You got more than enough days to recover from the Sabbath voluntary fast to the DOA fast.
Plenty of time.
Yeah.
Right.
Plenty of time.
Right. Remember, it's a different type of fast for DOA. That's not when you asking for stuff. That's repentance of your sin.
Right.
Your fast on the voluntary. That's when you want to make your petitions. You know what I'm saying? Not just for repentance. So,
especially if you're fighting.
Get it going. I intend to fast, Lord's will, right? I mean, I speak so exceedingly proud, I wind up getting sick or something. My intention is to fast this Sabbath as well.
Lord's will, life last.
Lord's will, life last. And then also the DOA one. All right, family. With that, we say shalom. Thanks for sticking with us.
Shalom.
Most High Christ bless.
Shalom.
This for the Southern Kingdom, Kwam Yasharallah. Hey, one nation, one nation. This for the Northern Kingdom, Viva la Raza. We one nation, one nation. This for the Southern Kingdom, Kwam Yasharallah. Hey, one nation, one nation. This for the Northern Kingdom, Viva la Raza. We one nation, one nation. It wouldn't be Israel without Mexicans. Black love, brown pride, cause we next to kin. We ain't gotta tell Esau to let's be friends, cause we above all nations and we